Good evening and welcome to Premier League Live on Wednesday, the 6th of December. I'm Kevin Ferris, your host and commentator for this evening. We have 6 cracking festive Premier League fixtures for you tonight, 4 already underway and 2 coming up at 8:15 this evening, including our feature commentary game from Old Trafford as Manchester United host Chelsea from Old Trafford. That's tonight at 8:15. Well, the games, as you can see, are as follows then. These are the 6 games for tonight. Brighton hosting Brentford. They crack with a cracking game last season in this fixture, 3-3 draw at the Amex, a mad game that's already underway. Crystal Palace against Bournemouth, two sides in different form as of recent times, but both will want the 3 points tonight. Forest on a tough vein of form. Fulham, that last minute winner, that late winner from Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday, meant they left Merseyside with nothing, but they're back at Craven Cottage looking for points this evening. And Liverpool, who got that late winner against Fulham from Trent Alexander-Arnold, are at Sheffield United, who have a new man in charge. It's not a new face, it's an old face in Chris Wilder. Local Sheffield United fan Chris Wilder is the manager tonight, who actually was in charge when Sheffield United were in that relegation season back in 2021. His first task is Liverpool tonight. And then the two 8:15 games, Aston Villa and Manchester City. Wow, what a game that is. Third against fourth. This evening Villa can overtake City if they win tonight. And Manchester United against Chelsea, our feature game, one. A mouth-watering clash at Old Trafford tonight, Manchester United. A lot of questions about Eric Ten Hag, a lot of storylines. We'll talk about that in the build-up to the game tonight. And Chelsea as well. Richard Pochettino, hot and cold. Chelsea, we'll see how they perform tonight. That's at 8:15. So all those 6 games on tonight, 4 of those underway, and as you can see from our live scores, they're all still goalless around the Premier League. We're going to preview those games, give you the team news from all 8 teams that are already playing at the moment. Plus, we'll have a look at Aston Villa, Man City, what that game's all about, and see everything that happens there. Plus, we'll then at 8:10 this evening, we'll have live audio commentary from Old Trafford alongside updates from all of the Premier League games this evening. All the goals and incidents right here on Premier League Live on LFS as they happen right throughout the night. So, with 4 games underway, let's bring you to the teams from those games, and we're going to start heading around the grounds. We'll start at the Amex then this evening, where Brighton welcome Brentford, where these two sides played out a 6-goal thriller in this fixture last season in a 3-all draw back in April. Well, the team news is as follows. Brighton start with Jason Steele in goal, a back 4 of Pascal Gross, who is the captain tonight for Brighton, Jean-Paul Van Hecke, Igor Julio and Jack Hinchelwood in a back 4. That's the Brighton defence this evening. No Lewis Dunk, their main man, is not involved tonight for Brighton. They have a midfield of Carlos Baleba and Billy Gilmore alongside Simon Adingra and Facundo Buonanotte in attack, with Karu Mitoma and João Pedro the main attacking force for Roberto De Zerbi's side this evening. In that one there, those are the starting 11s. For the bench for Brighton, by the way, Bart Verbruggen, Joel Veltman, Lee Kavanagh, James Milner, Jakob Moder, Evan Ferguson, Lucas Barrington, Mark O'Mahony and Benicio Boiti are all on the bench tonight for Brighton. So as I mentioned, a lot of injuries and a suspension for Lewis Dunk as well has Brighton a lot of injuries, as I will read out for you now. Brighton's injuries: Purvis Estupiñán, Tariq Lamptey, Ansu Fati, Julio Enciso, Danny Welbeck, Adam Webster, Solly March, Mahmoud Dahoud, and of course Lewis Dunk. Suspended 2-match ban for dissent against referee Anthony Taylor. The first time in over 14 years a red card has been given for dissent in the Premier League. That was for Lewis Dunk. Well, that's Brighton side play a Brentford side tonight with Mark Flecken in goal. A back four of Mads Roerslev, Ethan Pinnock, Ben Mee and Vitaly Janelt. A midfield of Frank Onyeka. Vitaly Janelt, by the way, is the captain tonight. Frank Onyeka, Yehor Yarmoliuk, Shandon Baptiste in midfield. Brian Mbeumo, the main man since Ivan Toney's suspension. And Saman Ghoddos and Neil Maupay up front for Brentford. This evening, the bench for Brentford is as follows: Thomas Strakosha, apologies, butchered that. Zanka, Ariokun, Good, Damsgaard, Pert Harris, Wissa, Olak Igby, Jesus, and Lewis Potter this evening for Brentford on the bench. Brighton are on an up and down vein of form, having drawn 3 of their last 5 games by a 1-all scoreline. Brighton. Brentford, on the other hand, have either won or lost in the last 5, having won 3 out of their last 5, only losing to Arsenal and Liverpool. So a good vein of form for Brentford. Brighton a bit him and ha in kind of that kind of form. Not really working for them at the moment. But at the moment, in this one, it is still 0-0 after around about 12 minutes gone in that one between the two sides. No shots as of yet, but Brighton dominating the possession, 64% of the ball for the home side in this one between Brighton and Brentford, where we stand at 0-0. Which, by the way, as it stands with Brighton and Brentford both drawing at the moment, it will be their 5th draws of the season, and that would put Brighton up to 8th on 8th on 23 points, and Brentford will be on 20 points with a draw. So that is the update from Brighton-Brentford. We'll keep you up to date with that game. If anything happens in that one, any goals, any incidents, we will let you know. But so far, it's early domination in terms of possession from Brighton, but no shots as of yet. To Selhurst Park now, where Bournemouth visit Crystal Palace. And a fixture that Bournemouth have a poor recent record in, having lost all of their last 5 games against Palace, both home and away, and have failed to score in all of the last 4 against the Eagles. To the team news now, and Crystal Palace start with Sam Johnston in goal, a back 4 of Joel Ward the captain, Joachim Andersen, Mark Guehi and Tyreek Mitchell, a midfield 2 of Chris Richards and Jefferson Lerma, an attacking 3 of Jeffrey Schlupp, Jordan Ayew and Michael Olise, who returns to the side, and Odsonne Edouard, the lone striker for Roy Hodgson's side tonight. They have Remy Matthews, James Tompkins, Nathaniel Klein, Will Hughes, Jaro Riedewald, Naru Ahamada, Malcolm Ebioe and Jean-Philippe Mateta alongside Mateus Franca, all on the bench tonight for Roy Hodgson's team there, without Dean Henderson, Jezorun Raksaki, Eberechi Eze, Cheick Doucouré and Rob Holding, who are all out with injuries. For Bournemouth, they have Neto, who is their captain. He's in goal tonight for Bournemouth. Adam Smith, Ilya Zabarnyi, Marcus Senesi and Milos Kerkez all in a back 4 tonight. Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie in midfield. An attack of Justin Kluivert, who's back from injury. Massive boost for Bournemouth. Antoine Semenyo, Luis Sinisterra and Dominic Solanke in attack tonight for Bournemouth. On the bench for Andoni Iraola's side, Mark Travers on the bench tonight. Chris Mepham, Marcus Tavernier, Philip Billing, David Brooks, Gavin Kilkenny, Dango Uatara, Joe Rothwell and Kiefer Moore all on the bench. Injuries for Bournemouth are as follows: Max Aarons, Tyler Adams, Alex Scott, Ryan Fredericks, Emiliano Marcondes, Darren Randolph and Lloyd Kelly all not involved through injury for Bournemouth tonight. Bournemouth, despite that poor form I spoke about in this fixture, they're in positive form recently, having just lost just 1 of their last 5 games, which was away at the Etihad in a 6-1 defeat to Man City. Palace, on the other hand, have picked up just 4 points out of a possible last 15, having lost both of their last 2 home games against Everton and Spurs. So far in that one, it is goalless. just watching a Palace attack here at the moment. A shot from distance there from Chris Richards, which comes to nothing for Crystal Palace. Tonight, I will run actually through the referees this evening. That will be an interesting one. Craig Pawson is the referee tonight at Selhurst Park, and we'll keep an eye on that one. 16 minutes gone, 0-0. Palace have had the main chances so far. Bournemouth having more of the possession, 55% of the ball for Bournemouth. Palace having 5 shots, 2 on target to Bournemouth, 1 shot in that game so far. Still yet to get our first goal of the night in our 7:30 games. We're around about 17 minutes gone in all of those, and yet to get a opening goal in any of them just yet. We will keep you up to date with everything that happens from around those games, as you can see from our scoreboard there. All still goalless. So 2 of our games down. Brighton, Brentford, and Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. We have told you the team news. We're going to head to the another London team, and that is Fulham. Next, they host Nottingham Forest this evening. Let's head to Craven Cottage, where Marco Silva's Fulham host Steve Cooper's Nottingham Forest, where Fulham have won the only 2 Premier League meetings between these 2 sides, both coming last season. To the teams, and Bernd Leno starts in goal for Fulham this evening. A back 4 of Timothy Castagna, Calvin Bassey, Tosin Adarabioyo and Anthony Robinson in defence. João Palhinha returns in midfield alongside Tom Kearney, the captain. Willian, Andres Pereira, Alex Iwobi and Raul Jimenez all in attack for Fulham this evening. On the bench for Marco Silva's team, Marek Rodak, Fode Ballo-Touré, Tim Ream, Kenny Tete, Sasa Lukic, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, Harrison Reed, Harry Wilson and Carlos Vinicius. Only 3 players missing through injury for Fulham. Issa Diop, Rodrigo Muniz and Adama Traore. This evening for Fulham. For Nottingham Forest, in the other hand, Odysseus Vlachodimos starts in goal for them. Back 4 of Ola Aina, the Felipe, the captain. Murillo and Harry Toffolo in defence. Orel Mangala and Ibrahim Singare make up the midfield defensive 2, with Nicolas Dominguez in a more attacking role, with a front 3 of Callum Hudson-Odoi, who returns, Anthony Elanga, who also returns from injury, and Divock Origi, more notably known from coming off the bench to score goals. He starts tonight for Steve Cooper's side, who both have Liverpool connections. On the bench for Forest tonight, Matt Turner, Moussa Niakate, Nico Williams, Andrew Omabamadele, Cheku Kuyate, Danilo, Ryan Yates, Morgan Gibbs-White and Chris Wood all dropped to the bench, all on the bench this evening. Only 2 injury issues for Nottingham Forest. One key one in Taiwo Awoniyi, who's the usual starter in attack, and Willy Bolly also missing for Forest tonight. Both teams have won just one of the last 5 matches, so both not in good form, with Forest losing the other 4, Fulham having lost 3 of their last 5, including a 7-goal classic at Anfield, with the Cottagers emerging 4-3 losers on the day, having given up 2 late goals. They led 3-2 at Anfield, but end up coming away with nothing, which, by the way, I read during the week was a record. It was the latest that Liverpool had gone behind at Anfield, the latest goal scored against them, to go behind and end up coming away with the win at Liverpool in that one. Wataru Endo and Trent Alexander-Arnold with late goals there to give them the 3 points, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's team at the moment from that game at Craven Cottage between Fulham and Nottingham Forest, both having a few half chances, a few shots, but nothing on target just yet. 2 for Fulham, 2 shots for Fulham, 1 for Nottingham Forest, but nothing hitting either goalkeeper yet, putting them into problems. 57% of the possession for Fulham, 43% for Forest. Nothing of major concern for either defences so far after 20 minutes gone in that one. It is still goalless, as it is around the grounds. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, we have 4 big games kicking off early this evening, and not a single one of them have a goal in it as of yet. I'm sure there's more still to come. Do not go anywhere. It's really not working out for us so far. Anyway, let's move on now finally to the only other 7:30 kickoff then this evening, and to Bramall Lane, where new Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder takes charge of his first game back in charge of the Blades, with his first opponents Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, who have the chance to close the gap to Arsenal to just 2 points at the top of the Premier League table. Liverpool have won all of their last 5 meetings between the two sides, having kept a clean sheet in all but one of the last 5 games. Well, let's have a look at the team news then, and Sheffield United start like this. Chris Wilder's first starting 11 returning to the club. And they start with Wes Foderingham in goal. A back 5 of Jayden Bogle, Jack Robinson, Anel Ahmedhodzic, who's the captain, Austin Trusty and Andre Brooks in defence. A midfield 2 of Gus Hamer and Vinicius Souza, with an attacking 3 of James McAtee, Cameron Archer and William Osula this evening for Sheffield United. On the bench for Chris Wilder, Adam Davis, Femi Siriki, Luke Thomas, Anas Ben Slimani, Max Lowe, Yasser Larouci, John Fleck, Ollie Norwood and Benny Traore. A lot of injuries for Chris Wilder and a few suspensions as well. Chris Basham, Rhys Norrington Davis, John Egan, Tom Davis, Daniel Jebison, George Baldock all out injured. Ollie McBurney out through suspension, and former Liverpool player Rhian Brewster is not involved through injury. Couldn't play against his old club. But Yasser Larouci, by the way, also played for Liverpool. He's on the bench for Sheffield United. For Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool tonight, who got that late winner against Fulham at Anfield on Sunday. They start with Caoimhín Kelleher in goal, who, by the way, made his first Premier League start in quite a long time. One of his only single-digit Premier League starts. That was against Fulham at the weekend. He starts in goal again through the missing Alisson, Caoimhín Kelleher. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibrahim Konate, Virgil van Dijk, the captain, and Joe Gomez in defence. A midfield 3 of Wataru Endo, who showed his attacking prowess on Sunday with a cracking goal for 3-3. He starts in midfield alongside Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister with another screamer from Liverpool at the weekends. They are the midfield 3 with a front 3 of Mo Salah, who is one goal away from 200 in all combinations, Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo in attack with him. On the bench for Liverpool tonight, Adrian, Marcelo Pitaluga, both goalkeepers, Jarell Kwanzaa, Konstantinos Tsimikas, or Kostas Tsimikas, Connor Bradley, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Ryan Gravenberch and Darwin Nunez all on the bench tonight. Liverpool have a few injury issues, quite a few injury issues as well. Diogo Jota out injured, Thiago Alcantara, who's been out long term this season, Andrew Robertson, Stefan Bajcetic, Alisson and Joel Matip. Joel Matip injured at the weekend, out for a couple of months apparently, according to reports this afternoon. Well, Liverpool, unbeaten in the last 5 games, are looking up the table, however have dropped points in the last 2 away games at Man City and Luton in 1-1 draws. Sheffield United can only look up the table as they sit rock bottom of the league and have lost 5-0 on 2 occasions in the last 5 games to Burnley and Arsenal. However, both came away from home. Well, so far in that one, it's been a pretty lively start at Bramall Lane. Every time I look over to my second monitor for updates on what's happening around the grounds, we're at Bramall Lane checking it out. It's been a fantastic start to that game. Liverpool, of course, as you would expect, dominating the early prospects. 79% of the ball so far for Liverpool to Sheffield United's 21%. Liverpool have had 4 shots to Sheffield's 2, and Liverpool have had 2 shots on target to Sheffield United's 1. So a very, very competitive start to that game at the moment, but still no goals in that one tonight, and it looks like that's going to be where it is for the vast majority of the night so far. I've done my whole roundup, 20 minutes of a roundup of all the team news, all the updates, all the stats from these games, and I'm yet to see a goal. However, we might have just seen our first one. Just as I was talking, we might have got our first goal of the evening. And I can confirm it has come at Selhurst Park, We'll get to that in just a second. I want to wait and see when that confirmation comes through to us. But we believe the first goal of the night has come at Selhurst, and it's come for Bournemouth, who take the lead at Selhurst. We will update you on the get you that game right now, actually. It comes from a corner. It's a Bournemouth corner from the right-hand side, left-footed cross, kind of headed on at the front post and tapped in at the back post. Sinistera with the front post header, and I think it's Adam Smith with the tap in with his head at the back post to put Bournemouth 1-0 to the good. It's a lovely cross from a corner, flicked on by Sinistera, and is it Senesi actually? And just having a look at the team numbers. It is Marcos Senesi, headed on by Sinistera at the front post, and Senesi just heads it past Sam Johnston into the back of the Crystal Palace net, and Bournemouth have an early lead. Well, not an early lead. They have a lead after 25 minutes at Selhurst. It is Bournemouth who have taken the lead, and that game's kind of livened up since we spoke about that around about 10 minutes ago, and that is the first goal of the night. In those ones, still goalless elsewhere between Sheffield United, Liverpool, Brighton, Brentford, and Fulham, Nottingham Forest. We'll keep you to date with all of the 4 games, plus the 2 8:15s as well. This evening, quickly before we head to a break, Fun says in the chat, LFS, can you do a little bit of Liverpool game until United game kicks off? Well, we will keep it up to date with all the scores Fun this evening and everything that's happening around the grounds, but so far it is Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool, as I mentioned, dominating the early kind of moments in the game. There is, however, a moment happening at the Amex where I believe there is a penalty. From what I'm hearing, there is, and it's for Brentford. It's Brian Mbeumo has the chance to put Brentford 1-0 up against Brighton for a penalty. We'll see the incident in a moment. I'll see the incident in a moment, but here is Brian Mbeumo. The whistle goes. Mbeumo ready to step up against Steele and just slots it past Steele. Lovely from Brian Mbeumo from the 12-yard spot into the far left corner. Steele dove to his left into the right corner, and Brian Mbeumo slotted the ball into the opposite corner for 1-0 to Brentford. So goals starting to pile in around the grounds, and it's the away side so far that are having the better of it. 1-0 to Brentford, 1-0 to Bournemouth, still goalless elsewhere. We'll keep you updated if anything changes in those 2 other games. Brian Mbeumo there with that penalty to put Brentford 1-0 to the good in that one. Fantastic for Brentford, and let me just tell you what that will do to the Premier League table at the moment then, with Brentford going 1 up and Bournemouth also going 1 up. Brentford would leapfrog Brighton, who they play tonight. If they go 1-0 up, and they have, they leapfrog them on 22 points ahead of them on goal difference. This evening, Brentford would go above Brighton with that 1-0 win. Bournemouth would jump up to 15th if all the results stayed as they were, and they are winning, of course, with Fulham and Forest both drawing in and around them. Bournemouth will be sandwiched in between those 2 teams in 15th as it stands, but that a lot can still change there. Right, 1 minute to 8. We quickly have to get before we're building up to that game at Old Trafford, as well as the game at Villa Park, 2 8:15 kickoffs for you this evening. Right, we're going to have to leave those early kickoffs, and after this break, a quick short break, we'll take a look at the 2 late games between Aston Villa Man City and our feature game, Manchester United against Chelsea from Old Trafford. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to Premier League Live this Wednesday evening, the 6th of December, with me, Kevin Ferris. Let's get the latest update from the 7:30 games, where there's been another goal in that short break that we had. And we said that Fulham had started the better team against Nottingham Forest at Craven Cottage after that 4-3 defeat to Liverpool at the weekend, and they have got the first goal of the evening there. In that one, Fulham take the lead, and it's Alex Iwobi with the goal to put Fulham 1-0 ahead. It's Willian with the cross with his right foot, curling towards goal from the left-hand side, and Alex Iwobi's there to just right foot tap it past Vlachodimos in the Forest goal to put Fulham 1-0 to the good in that one at the moment. And that, as it stands, would put Fulham up to 13th. Forest would drop to and would stay in 16th on 13 points at the moment, edging ever closer to that relegation zone. Not looking good for them. Fulham 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Right, 2 minutes past 8. About 13 minutes away from our late kickoffs this evening. Aston Villa, Man City, and Man United, Chelsea. We'll have live commentary from Old Trafford between Man United and Chelsea to come for you, which I'll be doing. So do stay tuned for that very, very shortly. We'll get team news from that one as well very, very shortly for you. But let's quickly... we won't actually quickly go and get an update from that one, because there's been another goal. They're starting to come in when we don't want them to come in. We want them to come in on our updates, and now they're all flooding in. It's an equalising goal at the Amex, and it's 1-1 between Brighton and Brentford, and it's Pascal Gross, the man who has the captain's armband for Brighton tonight, has put Brighton back level in that one. Brighton 1, Brentford 1, massive for Brighton to get the equaliser. They held on for a massive result at the weekend. Sorry, they didn't hold on. They were held on to by Chelsea, who got a massive result at the weekend against them. Couldn't fight back. They were down to 10. Or they were up at 11 against 10 men. Couldn't fight back at Brighton, but they are able to fight back against Brentford so far tonight and get an equalising goal. Pascal Gross. It's Kaoru Mitoma on the left-hand side, driving into the box, cuts it back to Gross on the edge, who just opens up with his left foot into the far right corner. Side netting from Pascal Gross. Lovely inside of the side netting, and finds the bottom corner past the Brentford keeper, Mark Flecken, and gets Brighton's first goal of the night, their equaliser tonight. Right, we're going to leave those games for the moment, and we're going to head around back to our late kickoffs. We'll get to that right now, because Villa, let's head to Villa Park, where champions and third place Manchester City face Aston Villa, where City have failed to win just once in the last 5 Premier League meetings between these two sides, which was at Villa Park in September last year in a 1-1 draw. Well, the teams are as follows. Emi Martinez starts in goal. A back four, for Villa that is. Ezri Konsa, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres and Luca Digne all in defence. A midfield of Douglas Luiz, Yuri Tielemans, John McGinn and Leon Bailey, with Boubacar Kamara and Ollie Watkins in attack for Villa. The bench for Unai Emery's side is as follows: Philippe Marshall, Matty Cash, Alex Moreno, Clement Longley, Leander Den Donker, Jacob Ramsey, Nicolo Zaniolo, Moussa Diaby and Jean Duran, all on the bench for Villa tonight. For Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, enforced changes for Guardiola with suspensions to for Rodri as well this evening. They start with Edison in goal, a back four of Kyle Walker, Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji and Josko Vardiol in defence, Rico Lewis and John Stones in midfield, with Julian Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden and Erling Haaland in attack this evening for Manchester City. City's bench looks like this: Stefan Ortega, Scott Carson, 2 goalkeepers, Nathan Ake, Oscar Bob, Mateo Kovacic, Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez and Mateus Nunes, all on the bench for City tonight. Suspended are Rodri and Jack Grealish. Out injured is Kevin De Bruyne, and surprisingly no Jeremy Doku this evening for Manchester City. An injury concern for him sees him not involved this evening. Right, Just before we wrap all this early build-up up and we head to Old Trafford, ready for kick-off in that game between Manchester United and Chelsea, we'll just actually preview the Villa City game a bit more because I forgot to read this part. Man City knew all about draws, having received that result in their last three games, home and away, against Spurs, Liverpool and Chelsea. Aston Villa have lost just one of their last 5 games. That was against Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. Well, there we go. And we'll give the latest updates from that game, Aston Villa against Manchester City, when that game gets underway at 8:15 this evening. Right, second goal of the night at Craven Cottage, and it's the home side that have got a second one. It's Fulham, and Raul Jimenez, just 4 minutes after Alex Iwobi opened the scoring, Jimenez doubles Fulham's lead and puts them 2-0 to the good tonight. A fantastic start for Fulham, an awful start for Steve Cooper and Nottingham Forest tonight. Steve Cooper, who prior to this one is under a bit of threat this evening. Sorry, we're just seeing a bit of drama. I can't believe what I've just seen, by the way. I've just seen Trent Alexander-Arnold's ass crack, but we'll move on. There's a goal at Bramall Lane from that corner. Liverpool have scored from that corner. I actually can't believe what I've just seen. But anyway, Liverpool take the lead in that one. Virgil van Dijk, the man who puts Liverpool ahead in that one. Their captain, fantastic tonight for Liverpool, puts the visitors ahead in that one. Virgil van Dijk, 37 minutes gone. The referee this evening, Simon Hooper. He had an interesting weekend. He was on City Tottenham at the weekend, and Sheffield United want a foul in the build-up to that corner that Virgil van Dijk committed on a Sheffield United player before scoring. We will see what VAR have to say about that one, but Liverpool have taken an early lead in that one. So, that's us up to date then. 8 minutes past 8, 7 minutes away from kick-off in our 2 late games, and we have goals galore around the grounds. A goal in at least every one of the games early kickoffs this evening. Brighton 1, Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 1, Fulham 2, Nottingham Forest 0, and Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 1. At the moment, 39 minutes gone on all of those games, and we will update you about half times when they all come in from those games. Any goal, any bit of drama, we'll update you just to confirm the fact that Liverpool's goal has stood. And also an interesting one for Brentford. Their goal scorer tonight, Brian Mbeumo, has been taken off through injury. So that's a big concern for Brentford. They lost Ivan Toney through suspension this season. The man that stepped up in his place is Brian Mbeumo. He is going off injured. Right, Manchester United against Chelsea. We will get that game for you on the way next. welcome back to Premier League Live this evening on LFS. We are building up the next couple of minutes for Manchester United Chelsea at Old Trafford as well. Kicking off at the same time, the third against fourth at Villa Park as Villa host Manchester City. This evening, two huge games in the Premier League for the respective teams. We've chosen the two Premier League classics. These teams really know how to kick up a game, Man United and Chelsea, and we are certain to have a cracker tonight at Old Trafford. Manchester United a bit disenchanted in the last few weeks. Reports coming out that maybe Erik ten Hag has lost half the bloody dressing room. Who knows? Or Chelsea, hot and cold under Mauricio Pochettino this season. Poor results, both home and away, really sees them in a bit of discourse this campaign. We will see if both sides can get a result. Well, they want a result tonight. They can't both win tonight. We will see who can get it. Newcastle beat Manchester United last week. Chelsea held on last week, or at the weekend, to get that 3-2 result against Brighton. Down to 10, Chelsea got that 3 points. Massive for their confidence tonight. Let's see how the both teams line up then. For Manchester United tonight, Andre Onana starts in goal. Diogo Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw in defence. A much more normal looking Manchester United back four tonight. Scott McTominay and Sofian Amrabat in midfield. Bruno Fernandes the captain and the attacking midfielder tonight, with Anthony, Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund all in attack for United. On the bench, Altar Bayindir, Johnny Evans, Sergio Reguilon, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Facundo Pellistri, Marcus Rashford, who is benched tonight after poor recent form, Johnny van der Beek, Kobe Mainoo and Anthony Martial all on the bench tonight for United. Some options there to change things if needed. For Mauricio Pochettino's team, Robert Sanchez starts in goal. A back four of Axel Disasi, Thiago Silva, Levi Colwill and Marc Cucurella in defence. In midfield is Moises Caicedo alongside Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer in that attacking role with the wide players of Raheem Sterling and Mikhailo Mudryk, with Nicholas Jackson starting as the main striker. On the bench tonight for Chelsea, Petrovic, Gilchrist, Maatsen, Badiashile, James Castledine, Matos, Washington and Broja. Kick-off from Old Trafford is on the way in just a second. Right then, we are ready to go then at Old Trafford. Just enough time to tell you, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. It would be greatly appreciated. This evening, we're about to get underway in two games from the Premier League. We're already well underway and just about to come to half-time in four games that kicked off at 7:30 this evening. We'll keep up to date with the scores from those games and goals and incidents as they happen from around the grounds tonight here on Premier League Live. So do not go anywhere. You won't want to go anywhere this evening. Stay with us, your one-stop shop for all Premier League action tonight. And we are underway at Old Trafford tonight as these two old classics in Premier League football, two that love a trophy, know what a trophy looks like over the last 25 years. Chelsea more recently than Manchester United, but both have pedigree in this league. Both are destined for trophies. Well, tonight they aren't fighting for trophies, they're fighting for places, and certainly to fight up the table. These two teams, we will see which one comes out on top this evening. This game also getting underway is the game at Villa Park this evening between Aston Villa and Manchester City. We'll keep you up to date with anything that happens in that one. It was really a toss-up between what game we were going to do tonight between Man United Chelsea and Aston Villa City, but we decided in the end, stick with the old classics, keep us going on that front. Here's Nicholas Jackson trying to break down the left, beaten off by Harry Maguire as United win it back. Here's Scott McTominay. Chelsea would have thought they would have wanted a free kick there, but referee Chris Kavanagh didn't think so. And that's a foul by Marco Correa, though. And Manchester United will get the first free kick of the game. Just see this again. Harry Maguire, I mean, it goes right through his legs, the ball from Nicholas Jackson, and Pochettino wanted a foul. I think he's on the verge of getting away with one there, Harry Maguire, really, in my opinion. Chris Kavanagh, I'm not going to say he's got it wrong, but I just think maybe he could have given the free kick there for erring on the side of caution, shall we say. Now free kick is taken. Cucurella heads it away. Fernandes passes it to Caicedo, who gives it back to Thiago Silva, but then under pressure gives it away to Dalot. On the right hand side is Dalot, beats past Fernandes, cuts it across, and the strike from distance from Bruno Fernandes is just over the bar in the end there. Really good pressing from Manchester United there. Pressed Thiago Silva into making the mistake, giving the ball away, and Manchester United looked to capitalise from that position and weren't too far away with that Bruno Fernandes chance. Right, some early drama, some early information from the Aston Villa City game. That game's underway, 2.5 minutes gone in that one alongside this one. The referee there is John Brooks this evening at Villa Park. We'll keep you up to date with that one and anything that happens in that game this evening. So don't worry, you'll not miss a trick here tonight. You'll not miss a goal, an incident, anybody action from the Premier League tonight. Here's Højlund! Big save by Sanchez. I think it takes it, does take a save from Robert Sanchez and goes wide for the corner. Rasmus Højlund there, not too far away. It's a move down the left-hand side. It's Luke Shaw. Finds it to Fernandes, back to Shaw again on the left, and he just feeds the ball in behind for Højlund up against Thiago Silva. Just gets ahead of Silva, takes the strike from a narrow angle, and Robert Sanchez has to parry it behind for the corner. Shaw to take that corner, flicked on at the front post. That one will be easily caught by Robert Sanchez, but that was good movement again from Manchester United. Positive. Very positive starting from them there. And Rasmus Højlund, well, we've seen what type of goals he can score in the Champions League. He wasn't too far away from getting a goal in the Premier League there in this one. But not just yet for him. As Chelsea come away on kind of punished from that position. Here's Sofyan Amrabat. And United need a big result here tonight after that defeat to Newcastle. Quite a shambolic performance, really. It was actually quite embarrassing from a Manchester United point of view because, I mean, they were pathetic. Newcastle were all over them, and it was only going to be kind of a matter of moments. Cross from Dalot! Had to be kind of forced away by Cucurella. Tried to clear his lines, miskicked it, and had to put it behind for the corner. Lovely cross from Diogo Dalot from the right. And it kind of hits the inner right thigh of Cucurella. He tried to clear it, miskicked it, and ended up going out for the corner. Kind of got lucky there, to be honest. United have a corner, left-hand side. But Fernandes takes it short, gives it to Shaw. Back to Fernandes, who whips one in. Headed away by Silva. Sterling trying to help out defensively, and the referee has given a free kick to Chelsea for an offside there against Manchester United. So, free kick to the visitors, which they quite instantly give back to Manchester United. Just to let you know, half time's coming in around the grounds at Crystal Palace Bournemouth, whereas Bournemouth, who lead by a goal to nil at the break, there half time. Roy Hodgson's team have work to do at half time there, and half time at Craven Cottage as well. Cruising for Fulham, they are 2-0 up against Nottingham Forest at the break. Chelsea had that ball, that free kick pulled back there. Chris Kavanagh wasn't happy about something, so Chelsea get another opportunity to take a free kick. Sanchez, though, trying to play it long, gives it away. Here's Højlund, linking it up with Anthony, steps in. Stepped into a load of Chelsea bodies there, did Anthony, but given away again by Chelsea. Here's McTominay. Does take a deflection, corner Manchester United. Chelsea are all over the place here. Every time they clear the lines, Man United win it back time and time again. Anthony does to get the ball off Højlund. He steps in, but loads of bodies in the way. The ball comes out to Sterling. He tries to play a nice ball to kind of galvanise Chelsea forward. Gives it away to McTominay. McTominay takes the strike from the edge of the box. It takes the deflection and ends up behind for the corner. Which is massive. Massive for Chelsea. Luke says, Chelsea, come on you Blues. So we have a Chelsea fan in the chat this evening. Do get involved if you have any preferences on what team you would like to win this one, or any of the 6 games ongoing in the Premier League. Let us know. There is an issue here. Chris Kavanagh has been brought to the screen for a possible penalty, I believe. We'll see this again. Now, there might be a United penalty here. So, it's Enzo Fernandez on Anthony. Anthony takes the touch, flicks it in. It's away from him and Dizazi clears it. But Enzo Fernandez, in trying to win the ball, kind of stamps on the left foot of Anthony. I mean, I'd have to argue that this might be a pen to Manchester United. It looks to me it's a late challenge for Enzo Fernandez. The ball's well gone. I think it's a foul, and I think Manchester United should get a penalty here. Chris Kavanagh sent over to the screen, didn't give it on field, sent to the screen. We will see what will happen here. We're just seeing a few replays of it. Enzo Fernandez, it's a poor challenge. The ball's well gone, and it's a silly challenge. I mean, making those types of challenges inside an 18-yard box is silly. Chris Kavanagh makes the symbol, points to the spot. Manchester United have an early penalty. Anthony won it. Mauricio Pochettino was bemused. He can't believe it. But Enzo Fernandez, the real man who's in trouble. He's the man that committed the foul. Some would say it's quite harsh, but I would say, well, it's what you get for making silly challenges like that in the box. And Manchester United now have the chance to take an early lead here at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes, the man holding the ball. Stupid challenge by Enzo Fernandez, and I think Ali McCoist agrees. Manchester United have an early penalty then here at Old Trafford. A chance for the home side to take an early lead, to get them in the ahead in this one, to galvanise the Old Trafford crowd. Bruno Fernandes, the captain for United, steps up, right-footed. It's saved! Followed up and over the bar. Goodness me! Bruno Fernandes with a chance to get his side a bit of positivity. And he can't find it past Sanchez. A fantastic save by the Chelsea keeper. A really, really poor penalty from Fernandes. Right-footed. Just tries to find the corner. Nowhere near the corner from Fernandes. Sanchez dives the right way. Gets a strong right hand to it. Then the follow-up is just fired over the bar. Goodness me, what is that? That is awful from Manchester United. Awful from Bruno Fernandes. The challenge from Enzo Fernandez was awful, but the penalty that followed was equally, if not more, disgraceful and awful from the Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes. Goodness me. What is going on? And now Chelsea have a chance. No, they don't. Lindelof there on the cover. They were trying to play the ball in behind Chelsea, but Man United were quick to that. Lovely cross from Dalot. Fernandes carrying United forward. Here's Hoyland wide on the left. Or sorry, not Hoyland. Garnacho, sorry, wide on the left. Gives it back to Fernandes. What a switch ball. Here's Anthony on the right. Lifts it in. Just too high for Garnacho. Goal kick to Chelsea. Still 0-0. Still 0-0 at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Manchester City. At the moment in that one, surprisingly, Unai Emery's Aston Villa have been the dominant team early on. Had more of the possession and have had all the chances so far. Oh, goodness me. Aston Villa is still goalless there after 10 minutes. But Villa have had all the chances. Half-time in the other two games from 7:30 this evening. Brighton 1, Brentford 1. And Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 1 at the break in those ones. There's a foul there on Anthony, which will give Manchester United a free kick. Yeah, he gets the ball away. And a poor challenge from Levi Colwill. Will be a free kick to United, which they've already taken. Amrabat, poor ball, gives it away. Palmer on the press. Here's Jackson. Jackson through. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk. Somehow he doesn't find the net. I think there might have been a touch from the keeper there, Onana. See this again. It's poor from Amrabat. Gives it away. Palmer picks it up, finds Jackson. He's got a free option and Mudryk wide. Mudryk takes that option and he actually puts him off there. Amrabat on the cover. Mudryk just hits the post. No touch from Onana. Wide from a Chelsea point of view. Straight wide from them. Goal kick Manchester United. Goodness. Given more Chelsea credit than they deserve there. Luke says, I'm still in shock that we saved Bruno Fernandes' penalty. I'm in shock too. Bruno Fernandes has a fantastic record from the penalty spot. Although, Robert Sanchez already saved a penalty this season, so he knows how to do it. Especially against a man who takes quite a few. He knows how to score them, but didn't score that one. But here's Fernandes. Lovely ball, finds Garnacho. Garnacho running in behind. Here's Garnacho. I think he hit the post too. Chelsea away. Now down the other end. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk. Charging forward. It's a 3-on-2 for Chelsea. Mudryk, somebody has to score. No. He's giving it away. And Fernandes on the cover. What is going on? This is nuts. End-to-end football. Chances at both ends. But neither team able to find the net yet. How open is this? McTominay on the left finds Amrabat. Back to Maguire on the halfway line. Lindelof. Out to the left is Shaw. 13 minutes gone, 0-0. 13 minutes, it's felt like 30 minutes here. If not 60 at Old Trafford. We've had a penalty saved. And chances at both ends. Cracking game so far here at Old Trafford. Certainly an exciting one, I have to say that. No doubts about that so far. Ball over the top from United. Colwill will head it back to Sanchez. There, no problems for him. Foul there on Raheem Sterling from Luke Shaw will give Chelsea the free kick. Sterling trying to appeal to the referee for a possible yellow card, but nothing doing from Chris Kavanagh. Oh, actually, there is something doing, because he's going to book Luke Shaw. Just thought he got away with that one, Luke Shaw, but the referee taking a cynical view of that one, and I think he's correct in that matter. At Chris Kavanagh. So, Luke Shaw in the book. First yellow card of the night here at Old Trafford. And we stand at 0-0 after 14 minutes. But here's Manchester United. Amrabat. Anthony! Straight at Robert Sanchez. Should do better there, Anthony. See this again. Chelsea give it away at the back. It's Axel Disasi. Tries to play a ball forward. It's a heavy touch. Is that Palmer? Beaten off the ball. Amrabat wins it back. Finds Anthony on the edge. And Anthony takes the strike, but it's a tame one in the end, and easily saved by Robert Sanchez in the end there. Honestly, I think I'm going to have voice recovery after this. I might lose my voice after the drama of tonight. 15 minutes gone, still goalless here at Old Trafford, and with the chances we've had so far, I'm sure the stats are predicting that we are going to get a few tonight. A few goals, definitely. Man United have already had the chances to have a goal. Of course, that big penalty miss. Here's Chelsea, though, with Colwill down the left-hand side. Back infield to Fernandes. That's Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo. Now Palmer. Didn't realise, just as I'm picking up there, both teams have a Fernandes with the number 8. Oh, I didn't realise that beforehand. I'll have to use full names for these two. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk for Chelsea. Lovely through ball. Finds it through. Oh, just ahead of Enzo Fernandez there. And well marshalled by, I think it was Victor Lindelof there defending for United. And Onana will come and collect. Luke says, what do you think the score is going to be between Man United and Chelsea? I'm expecting goals galore here tonight. I'm not expecting Luton Arsenal levels that we saw last night, a 4-3, but let's hope so. But I'm not going to put my house on it. I hope that we'll get something like that, but I'm not expecting anything like that tonight. But let's hope so. Who knows? I'm expecting goals, definitely. These two teams very well matched, as we can see so far. Man United having the better of it slightly, but Chelsea growing into the game, definitely, in this one. So far. So 16 minutes gone in this one. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. No goals in our two late games. It took a while for our early games to get their first goals, but once they did come, they flooded all the way through. We got so many goals in the space of a couple of minutes from our early games earlier this evening. If you were watching us, you can rewind the stream and go back to that if you're ever so inclined. Get all the team news from all of those games in the early kickoffs. If you're keeping up to date with any of those games, you can check out the stream, rewind it, and get the full team news from those. Here's Cole Palmer on the counter-attack for Chelsea. Here's Enzo Fernandez now in a bit of space. Fernandez will open one from distance. Oh, it seemed to move, that strike, but ended up into the hands of Andre Onana in the end. Luckily for Manchester United. Yeah, it did look like it was going more towards the right, and then it kind of changed angle mid kind of strike there, that ball did, from Enzo Fernandez, and luckily Onana was quick to react and got the save on it. Here's Garnacho. Anthony flicks it out to the right hand side. Dalot now on the right flank, trying to go with the outside of the right foot cross, headed to Luke Shaw, who heads it on, bouncing in the box. Anthony can't finish it. Thiago Silva in the way corner. What an opportunity for Manchester United there. Lovely cross from Dalot to the back post to find Shaw, who heads it down. It's flicked on, finds it to Anthony. Left-footed strike from Anthony, straight at Thiago Silva, and deflects wide for the corner. Another opportunity to come from a corner for United. Fernandez to take. On the left-hand side, right-footed in swinging corner. Whipped in, right out the front post. On by Maguire, but all the way through from Maguire, and Chelsea trying to clear the lines from with Palmer. Give it away to Anthony. Anthony, his ball taken out back by Chelsea. Very open game, very sloppy. Amrabat has it back for United. Fernandez, look for the shot, gives it to Garnacho, cuts it back. Maguire, blocked. McTominay! Finally, it finds the back of the net, and it's that man again, Scott McTominay. He loves to score for Scotland. He loves, in recent times, to score for Manchester United. He's found his scoring boots, and he's on the score sheet tonight. It took them quite a while, United. Took them quite a few chances, but eventually, Manchester United take the lead here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0, Scott McTominay. And it all comes from poor play. I mean, both sides not able to keep possession for much longer than 5 seconds, it seems, at the moment. Both sides battling to keep the ball. And Manchester United get the ball high up in the up the pitch. The ball comes from the left-hand side, played forward to Maguire. He takes a strike blocked. It falls back out to Scott McTominay, who just fires it into the net past Robert Sanchez. No saving that one. And he gets his 4th goal of the season. Scott McTominay in the Premier League. He's certainly... I think he actually might be Manchester United's top goal scorer in the league. There you go. That just says it all. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0. Although, slip at the back here from Lindelof. Sterling. Oh, almost in to try and get the equalizer. What a game. This game's fantastic. Manchester United get a free kick there for the foul on Scott McTominay. We're getting back underway in our early kickoffs. Crystal Palace Bournemouth is back underway, just underway again at Craven Cottage between Fulham and Nottingham Forest. I'm literally running out of voice here. I need to calm it down. This game's been so electric. I've still got another 70 minutes to talk through this game. Apologies if I do get a bit croaky throughout the stream, but the joys of Premier League commentary for you. Here's Luke Shaw. Garnacho. Spins past Cucurella. On the cover, Cucurella is fouled there by Garnacho, who, I think he might get a booking here, because he's bounced the ball up, and he's put it away. Yeah, he's going to get a yellow card here, Alejandro Garnacho. He was kind of relieving his frustration, kind of bounced the ball off the floor with real kind of anger. Garnacho there, after giving away the foul to Marc Cucurella, wasn't happy with the referee's decision, kind of throws the ball to the floor with real vigour and real anger, and ends up getting booked for it, Garnacho. That's what happens, that's the rules. And Chris Kavanagh, following the rules, gives out a yellow card. Rightfully so. Right. Manchester United in possession again. That Chelsea free kick really came to nothing, to be honest. Not going to discount Chelsea, but they've had so many free kicks that just nothing has come from so far in this game, that they're struggling from those set pieces. 14% of the ball has been in United's final third. Their defensive third so far, or Chelsea's attacking third. They just haven't been able to get the ball up the pitch, Chelsea, enough this evening. It's been Manchester United that have been dominating in those areas. Here's Garnacho, Højlund, apologies. I get mixed up. Two blondies up front for United tonight. Trying to mix it up. And plus, they play 11 and 17, which are not very easily distinguished numbers. With the font there from United. That ball was cleared from Chelsea's point of view, from Levi Colwill, for a United throw-in. Dalot throws it to Anthony, goes all the way back to Lindelof. Back on the way at Bramall Lane this evening. Liverpool leading Sheffield United by a goal to nil after Virgil van Dijk opened the scoring for Jurgen Klopp's team just before the half from a corner. Yet to get back on the way at the Amex. We'll inform you when that happens. No goals from those other games just yet. No goal in the game at Villa Park either. We'll update you if anything changes there. Here's Luke Shaw. Crosses it into the box. Too deep. Simple enough for Robert Sanchez to catch. Aston Villa Man City, by the way. So far, if I can bring the stats to you, I can. Both sides have had shots on target. Both sides have had some chances, but City having the best of it so far. Is a 0.86 XG for City to Villa's 0.15. Villa had all the chances early in the game after the first 10 minutes. City have found their way into it, dominating more of the ball and starting to create a few chances. But yet, no breakthrough at Villa Park just yet in that one. Here's Caicedo for Chelsea. In the midfield, on the halfway line. Finds Enzo Fernandez. Back to Axel Disasi. Into the midfield. Here's Palmer. Feeds it forward to Fernandez. Kind of tries to spin away from Amrabat. Fouled by Amrabat. Fernandez takes the free kick quickly. Here's Jackson running through. Nice quick feet. Sterling cuts inside. Goes down. Wants a penalty off Lindelof, but the referee waves it away. Says no penalty. And Raheem Sterling incensed. He's known for his diving. Let's just say that much, and Man United will get a free kick there for that foul. Raheem Sterling can't believe it. We'll see this again. Chops inside. That's a clear dive. He should be booked for that. No. Never a penalty on Raheem Sterling. I think that should be a yellow card for Sterling for simulation there. He's well known for his diving, and I think that is no penalty. A yellow card for Sterling for simulation. I think Chris Kavanagh's been a bit lenient there. Far too easy to go down there, Raheem Sterling. If there was any contact, it was literally zilch. Very, very tiny. Minimal at the very best. I don't think that's a penalty. And I certainly don't think that Raheem Sterling was fouled in any case there at all. And he wasn't, according to Chris Kavanagh. And the VAR agrees. Jackson wins it back off McTominay. Palmer back to Cucurella. Mike Caicedo to Sterling. Sterling, infield to Caicedo. Sterling now being booed by the Manchester United crowd for that dive. Enzo Fernandez, didn't dive there. He was fouled by his counterpart, Bruno Fernandes. No relation whatsoever. Their names are spelled different ways, so that's probably why. They're not related, obviously. There was a Chelsea free kick there. Chelsea in possession. Axel Disasi. Out wide to Cucurella. Infield to Sterling. On the right-hand side. Sterling driving forward. Finds Palmer. Palmer now through. Trying to find Sterling on the return. Just too much from Cole Palmer there, the former Manchester City player. And that was just a bit too much from him. Given away. And that will be a goal kick to Manchester United. Back underway at the Amex between Brighton and Brentford, where it is 1-1 at the moment. Neither side can be split at the half. Couldn't be split at the half. Neither side can be split so far to start the second. We will see if anything changes there. We'll update you on that. Nothing has changed elsewhere in those other games. Crystal Palace Bournemouth, still Bournemouth lead by a goal to nil. Fulham still lead 2-0 against Forest, and Liverpool still lead Sheffield United 1-0. Here's McTominay, finds Dalot in the box. Dalot fires one across. Garnacho takes a touch, brings it down, spins away from Cucurella. Garnacho just ahead of Højlund. Not too far away from United there. Ever so close, but it's beautiful football for Manchester United. Chalk and cheese, kind of personified from Saturday night. Dismal against Newcastle. Tonight, they look electric. Erik ten Hag's side. They have dominated Chelsea so far. They've been the better side. They've had 11 shots, Manchester United, to Chelsea's 2. Man United have had 5 shots on target to Chelsea's 1. Dominance in attack from United so far, but only the 1 goal to separate the 2 teams at the moment. The assistant referee, the linesman on that right hand side, is just getting his battery pack changed by the 4th official, so bit of a delay here for a second. Some celeb spotting in the crowd tonight. Jeremy Clarkson there tonight at Old Trafford. Jeremy Clarkson, not a big fan of his, but we'll not go there tonight. Keep it back to football. 28.5 minutes gone here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0. And as I've mentioned, Chelsea being dominated by United so far. An offside there against Anthony, which will give Chelsea the free kick. A corner here for Aston Villa against Man City. Just keep an eye on this one. You never know what might... a free kick for Villa against City. John McGinn is standing in front of Edison, but he's miles offside from the free kick. He's now just going to step away. Try and drift away at the back post. We'll see. Free kick delivered. Whipped in. Oh, and headed over by Esri Konsa. Not too far away there for Villa. The communication between the assistant referee is still causing an issue here. So we're stopped again. And the assistant will go to the Premier League official. We'll get updates from that. They're trying to change the battery packs and change a few things. So we will have a delay in this one. The clock will still run, of course, as normal. And we will see if they have any spare battery packs to get this 4th official back up and running and going. Sorry, not the 4th official. The assistant referee, the linesman. We have a 3rd goal at Craven Cottage tonight. And it's complete dominance from Fulham, who have scored the third. What a cracker from Raul Jimenez, his 2nd of the night. And it's a lovely back flick. Beats it past Vlaco Dimas and just flicks it with his back heel into the empty net. And 3-0 to Fulham on the night. They're responding after that defeat to Liverpool at the weekend and quite convincingly beating Nottingham Forest 3-0 at Craven Cottage. Right, the assistant has had his battery pack changed and we're back underway. Although that's terrible from Sanchez. Anthony now wins it. McTominay with a strike blocked. Cleared away. Dalot trying to keep it alive but can only head it towards Mudryk. And Caicedo has the ball. Silva under pressure. Gives it back to Sanchez and fires it straight out of play there. Gaz Elliott says Chelsea are pure banter. As I mentioned before the game, hot and cold. This Chelsea team, very hot. Not the right words. 10-man Chelsea held on, beat Brighton at the weekend. Massive result for them, and then they come here, bit of confidence, bit of guile, a bit of resilience, and so far they've been absolutely dominated by a Manchester United side that were absolutely kind of trampled upon at St James's Park at the weekend. So they're playing like a different team here tonight. United here, ball down the left hand side. Bruno Fernandes blocked by Cucurella. Lovely movement from Garnacho initially, as I was telling you about these two sides' recent forms. Amrabat finds Fernandes again on the left, whips it across, headed on by McTominay. Double save from Sanchez. Bit more luck than anything, but header from McTominay saved. Bounces back out to McTominay again, and then the follow-up reaction from Sanchez. Not sure he knew too much about the second one, but both of them end up coming off. Sanchez and denying Manchester United a second goal, and Scott McTominay a second goal. Where's he come from tonight? Goodness, now Chelsea are through. Here's Raheem Sterling. Finds it to Jackson. What's he done there? Hits it straight at Onana. What is going on? That's awful. Chelsea have a 2-on-1. Basically a 2v1 against the goalkeeper. Sterling feeds it to Jackson, who just has to find the net. Just has to slot it. But he hits it straight at Onana. What's going on? Terrible. Honestly, terrible. Luke says Chelsea might be a banter club today, but 2012 to 22 memories were the best. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not going to argue. I agree. Fair enough. Here's Sofyan Amrabat for Manchester United. Both sides do look vulnerable though defensively. Although Chelsea have been done very little in attack, when they come forward, they are creating chances. They're not finishing those chances, but they are creating. And we have a third goal at the Amex. And the sides couldn't be split in the first half, but in the second half, it's a complete turnaround from Brighton. They lead 2-1, and it's Jack Hinchelwood that has put Brighton ahead for the first time tonight against Brentford. 2-1 there. Just see it again. Just replaying the ball. Nice build-up from Brighton on the left. Mitoma feeds it in behind. Nice reverse ball in behind. Cut across to the back post. Hinchelwood with the header. Lovely header past Mark Flecken to give Brighton a 2-1 lead against Brentford at the Amex. These two actually played out a 3-3 draw last season in this fixture at the Amex back in April. Well, they've already had 3 goals in the game. Looking for more. Liverpool have a corner. Whipped in. Salah! Big save from Foderingham. Salah 1 goal away from 200 in all competitions. 200 goals. And he just was denied by a massive save by Wes Foderingham. Liverpool threatening from a corner again. Right-footed strike from Mo Salah. A bit closer to Foderingham than he would have liked, but Foderingham did make the save in another corner for Liverpool. So Liverpool threatening in that one. Fulham dominating at Craven Cottage. Bournemouth still holding on to a 1-goal lead against Palace at Selhurst. And Brighton turning it all around against Brentford to lead 2-1. At the Amex, what a set of games we have. Plus, Villa against City. No breakthrough there yet at Villa Park. Both sides battling each other, but Villa have had chances galore since I last spoke about them. They're creating a lot of chances, but yet no breakthrough. And Manchester United against Chelsea. This game is crazy as a box of frogs. Manchester United creating all the chances mostly. Chelsea, most of their, if not all of their chances coming on the counter-attack, but yet only 1 goal separates the two teams. I mean, I will enjoy, when all these games are over tonight, just relaxing and not speaking, because I've spoke for at least about an hour and 20 minutes straight here. I'm loving it. Loving this Premier League football tonight. 6 incredible games. A lot to look forward to. There's an issue for Liverpool at Bramall Lane this evening. Alexis McAllister is down at the moment. Liverpool already coming down with a couple of injuries recently. They will want to keep him on the pitch and available. He's back to his feet now, Alexis McAllister. We will see what happens there. Right, 35 minutes gone. Here's Chelsea coming through. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk! Fires it wide. Awful. Mikhailo Mudryk drags it wide with the right foot. Wide of the left post. Lovely breakaway by Chelsea. Beautiful flick on. I think it's Jackson with a flick on. It is. Finds Mudryk. Mudryk drives into the box. Looks to just find the bottom left corner with his right foot strike. And all he can find is the back of those advertising hoardings behind that goal. And behind for a goal kick. Really poor. Should do a lot better there. But at the moment it is still 1-0. Lovely skill from Anthony. Past Thiago Silva, but Silva still coming out on top, it seems there, and he does. Gets it back to his keeper. Sanchez. Colwell battling to keep it alive. Caicedo giving it away, then helping out to give it to Højlund. Here is Rasmus Højlund. Finds Garnacho, strikes, blocked by Cucurella. Bouncing around, still alive. Mudryk, sorry, to carry it away. Fernandez finds Palmer on the break. Cole Palmer. Covered over by two Man United players, and then gives it away to Sofian Amrabat. That's what I mean. End-to-end football, this at Old Trafford. Fernandez down the left. Flicks it back to Garnacho. Garnacho trying to break through, blocked off by Palmer. Ball back with Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho was onside. The Chelsea players felt he was in an offside position, but the referee and the assistant didn't. Play on it will be. All the way back with Harry Maguire now for Manchester United, who will knock it straight out of play because Scott McTominay has gone down. So we will update you on that. It's after that collision between Colwell and McTominay, when Colwell was trying to keep the possession for Chelsea. Just caught McTominay there, and McTominay has gone down with a slight injury issue there. And he will get a bit of treatment now. He's down in quite a bit of pain. There's Scott McTominay. So 38 minutes gone so far in this one. Don't forget, one more Premier League game to come for you this weekend, this midweek, at live on LFS. Tottenham and West Ham, a London derby tomorrow at 8:15, alongside Everton and Newcastle kicking off as well tomorrow night. Those are the final two games of the Premier League match week here on LFS. Looking forward to those two tomorrow for you. Right, back around the grounds. It's still 0-0 at Villa Park. Bournemouth still leading Palace by a goal to 0 at Selhurst. Fulham still 3-0 to the good against Nottingham Forest. Brighton 2-1 up against Brentford. Turned that around. They were 1-0 down in that one. Brighton turned it around. 2 straight goals, has them leading 2-1. And Liverpool with the only goal at Bramall Lane so far. A goal from Virgil van Dijk. Just an update on Alexis McAllister, by the way. I think Liverpool wanted to err on the side of caution and have taken Alexis McAllister off. So Curtis Jones is on as his replacement. Liverpool lead 1-0 and have just made the first sub of the game at Bramall Lane as well. We'll update you if anything else changes in those games. Okay then. Scott McTominay, after receiving a bit of treatment, is back up on his feet. And will go to the sidelines, and I think he will return to the field of play in a moment or two. Well, the live win probability is predicting that Manchester United have a 60% chance of a win, a 25% chance of a draw, and a 16% chance of a Chelsea win. Very little chance for Chelsea to win so far based on what we've seen after 40 minutes. That's what's being predicted by the broadcaster there. You can have your say. What you think the final result will be. We haven't uploaded that poll tonight so far. We'll wanted to leave it throughout the game, and you can get involved now. The poll is in the chat live right now. What do you think will happen in this one? We'll keep the poll open right the way through the second half, right till towards the end of the game, to see what will happen. Get your votes coming in, and we will update you on how that poll is doing right throughout the game. Right, Chelsea have it at the back here. McTominay is back on the field and is running about pretty fine at the moment. Axel Disasi finds the head of Palmer. Cucurella now finds Sterling. Battled by Lindelof. Cucurella does win it back though. Here's Caicedo. Thiago Silva. Oh, Mudryk was waiting for the ball. McTominay won it back. Here's Rasmus Højlund. Poor challenge by Moises Caicedo there. Free kick will go Manchester United's way. Pretty easy decision for Chris Kavanagh there to give that free kick. No doubts. Well, Man United have this free kick. I was just watching the Liverpool game there. Just some updates from that one. Nothing really happening so far. Liverpool still dominating that one, but still nothing doing from the scoreline's point of view as of yet. This Manchester United free kick then. Around about, if I can get the wide angle of it, around about 26, 7 yards out. Actually, sorry, a bit longer than that. About 28 yards from distance. Very central. Fernandes is eyeing one up here. He might go direct from this free kick to try and strike it in. Fernandes takes the strike. Does take a deflection off the wall. And wide for the corner. He's not quite Cristiano Ronaldo, I have to say, Bruno Fernandes there. Not the same type of technique and not the same result. Definitely not. Manchester United have their 4th corner of the night. Then Chelsea, and they have the only corners of the night. Manchester United, Chelsea yet to have one at the moment. The corner's taken short, given back to Dalot. Fernandes from distance hits it wide. Goal kick. I'm really fascinated by that Villa City game. What a game. Listen to this, and I'll talk to you about this when we go to half-time in this United-Chelsea game. City have had 55% of the ball. They've only had 2 shots in the game. 2 shots after 43 minutes of play. Villa have had 12. Wow. But yet, no breakthrough. That's what happens to City if you don't punish them. You could end up being punished. That's what the Premier League is all about. You have to punish a team. Otherwise, you might be the one to be punished if you don't take your chances. So far, Villa haven't taken their chances, and maybe City will pop up from nowhere to get a beautiful goal. Meanwhile, at Bramall Lane, Liverpool are making another double change. Are going to make a double change at the moment. It looks like Harvey Elliott and Darwin Nunez are coming on, so Jurgen Klopp not happy that his side haven't taken more chances than more of their chances, and they're going to make a double substitution. So Luis Diaz is coming off. This is for Liverpool, by the way. He is coming off at the moment. I'm guessing he'll come off for Darwin Nunez, maybe. He is coming off for Darwin Nunez. Nunez coming back onto the field, and we'll update you on those scores in a moment. As Chelsea have the ball, Mudryk finds it to Palmer. Here's Cole Palmer in the box. Palmer with the left foot! Lovely! Finds the back of the net, Cole Palmer. And the former Manchester City man scores against his former biggest rivals. Chelsea back level. Manchester United peg back from nowhere. And it's Cole Palmer. The man, the myth, the moment. Cole Palmer with a strike. Lovely from Palmer. It's a good move by Chelsea. Manchester United step off and step off and step off. Never engage. And Palmer just has the time of day. All the time he wants to find the curling finish. Lovely from Palmer. Just side foots it into the corner. Past Andre Onana in goal. And puts Chelsea back level. Manchester United 1. Chelsea 1. And Cole Palmer, his 5th Premier League goal of the season, has Chelsea back level. Wowee. Goodness. There you go. Well, Man United have had chances to double their lead. And I mentioned just literally moments ago, where you don't take your chances in the Premier League, you end up ruining them. And end up being punished at the other end. And that is exactly how this first half has turned out for Manchester United. They have dominated. They have had all the chances. 7 shots on target to Chelsea's 3. And they have been all over them in attack. But so far, they just haven't been able to get more than the 1 goal. But they have a lot of time still to do so. 8 additional minutes. A lot of time still to be played. We've just played 1 of those additional minutes. And we have something happening here at Villa Park, as Villa have found the back of the net, but that goal has been ruled out for offside against Aston Villa. It was Douglas Luiz, the man, who found the back of the net from a header, but his goal will be ruled out for offside. So still 0-0 at Villa Park. There'll be 2 additional minutes at Villa Park, so not much time added on there compared to this one where we'll have 8 because we've had 1 or 2 stoppages. Big stoppage for the assistant not having a battery pack to communicate with the other officials, which caused a big delay, and then that's got McTominay injury as well. Raheem Sterling has got a free kick here for Chelsea. Just fouled in the end there by Sofian Amrabat. So free kick to Chelsea, but they almost give it away straight from the free kick. They do keep it though. Here is Axel Disasi in his own half. Has to go back to his own keeper. Not the way Chelsea would have wanted to deal with that free kick. But they haven't really been given their chances on free kicks. They've kind of almost given the ball away on almost exclusively all of their free kicks so far, Chelsea. But they haven't been at their best. But what matters is they're on the score sheet and they're still very much in this game. That's what will matter for Mauricio Pochettino. Want massive improvements in the second half. Half time at Villa Park. Villa 0, City 0 at the break. In that one, only 2 added minutes in that one. They have come to an end. We've only played 2.5 minutes of the added 8 here at Old Trafford. I keep you up with the last 20 or so minutes from the games in their early kickoffs. Brighton, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and Sheffield United, Liverpool. All still going. Here is Thiago Silva for Chelsea. Ball down the line from Colwill. Chested by Jackson, but straight out of play. Although I think it might have took a deflection, which will give Chelsea the throw-in. It did, so Chelsea have a throw-in on the left-hand side. The game's kind of taken a breather, shall we say. It's calmed down a bit since that kind of frantic, crazy game that we had in the first 20 minutes. Definitely nuts game of football we've had in this first half so far. Another free kick for Chelsea. Foul on Levi Colwill this time. It's turning into a real rut. A terrible run for Forest tonight. It's like their trees are being cut down minute by minute. They're being carved open minute by minute. And Fulham have scored another. It's a 4th for Marco Silva's side tonight. What a crazy game. Just seeing this again, it's Harry Wilson takes it down. Kearney with a nice through ball. Finds it to Wilson. Wilson with a cross. And Alex Iwobi at the back post to find the back of the net. 2 for Jimenez, 2 for Iwobi, 4 for Fulham. And there's still 17 minutes to go in that one. Fulham 4, Nottingham Forest 0. Pretty easy night for Fulham in the end there. It seems. Goal kick for Manchester United here. We played halfway through the additional time at Old Trafford so far. Long ball from Onana. First header won by Colwill. Taken down by Palmer. Not initially, as Amrabat wins it back for United. Nice touch from Amrabat. Finds McTominay. Now Fernandes. Out to the left-hand side is Garnacho. Takes it down. Garnacho on the left flank. Raheem Sterling back to help defensively for Chelsea. Garnacho held off. Finds it to Fernandes. 1-2 return. Here's Garnacho on the run. Gets to the byline. Look to cross it. Cucurella went to grind. They want a penalty, United, for handball. Chris Kavanagh says no. The VAR, I think, have cleared it already as well. Yeah, it doesn't hit his hand, it hits his leg. So there's no handball there. Corner to Manchester United, though. Fernandes to take. So it did come off Cucurella, but definitely not off his arm, which will give United a corner. Fernandes to take from the left-hand side. Right-footed delivery. Looking for Maguire at the front post. Headed behind by Thiago Silva for another corner. So another corner for Fernandes to take. Second chance. Whips one in. Right on Sanchez, who got a right hand to it. And I think there was a free kick there given against Manchester United for that foul on Robert Sanchez, so it will be a free kick for Chelsea. Free kick there. Just something that caught my eye there. Back at Bramall Lane again. Liverpool leading Sheffield United by a goal to nil through Virgil van Dijk's goal inside the first half from a corner. Jurgen Klopp a bit frustrated with his team at the moment. Having more of the ball, but having more of the chances, but not able to take the chances they're creating at the moment. And that is what is frustrating Jurgen Klopp. Has massively high standards. And so far, Liverpool only able to score one. They scored 4 at the weekend. Ended up winning by just a 1-goal scoreline. They lead by 1-0 tonight. So far, with around 15 minutes to go. So still time for more drama in that one. Still time for Crystal Palace to get back into it against Bournemouth. Bournemouth got the first goal of the night, and they have led ever since that first goal tonight. They lead by a goal to nil in that one against Palace. In that one. To Old Trafford back again into the last minute of the 8th additional. And there's a foul in here on Anthony by Levi Colwill, so we'll give United a free kick just before the half, which they've already taken. Amrabat finds Maguire. Switch ball from Harry Maguire. Taken down by Garnacho. Closely followed by Cucurella and Sterling. And Cucurella cleared it. Out for a United throw-in. Ball thrown in. Lindelof takes it down. Finds Amrabat. Back to Maguire. Looks like we will be honours even at the half here at Old Trafford. But we will see. Last couple of seconds. Just before the half-time whistle is blown. And there is the half-time whistle from Chris Kavanagh then. And a first half that has been electric from start to finish, really. It's been an incredible game to watch. One that I certainly, if you get the chance to rewatch it on highlights, it is one to keep an eye on because it's been fantastic. Chances galore in the first half. Manchester United dominant, controlling the game all over Chelsea, but only could find 1 goal. And when you don't take your chances at one end, you're punished. Cole Palmer, the man who punished United to get Chelsea's leveller. And that is where we stand at the break. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Half-time analysis from Old Trafford coming up, alongside updates from around the grounds. Still to come here on LFS. Do stay with us on Premier League Live. Welcome back to Premier League Live this Wednesday evening here on LFS. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1 at the break. The scores in the first half, Scott McTominay and Cole Palmer, one for each side. At the break, the other half-time game is Aston Villa against Manchester City, is 0-0 at the break there. Aston Villa did have the ball in the net, but that was ruled out. Douglas Luiz goal was ruled out for offside. Aston Villa, Man City. Aston Villa have been the better team in terms of the chances. 13 shots, 5 on target in that first half. City have had 2 shots, 2 on target. City have been quote-unquote dominated in terms of the chances. Not often you hear that. Very rarely you hear that for Manchester City, but they have been tonight. But Villa haven't taken those chances, and that is where we stand at the moment. Villa 0, City 0 at the break. Out into the last 10 minutes or so around the grinds from our early kickoffs. Brighton leading Brentford by 2-1. Brentford actually took the lead in that one early on. The goal scorer in that one early for Brentford, if I can get it up, if it will let me have this. I mean, sometimes equipment works, sometimes it doesn't. It's the joys of live kind of coverage. It's Brian Mbeumo. Yes, Brian Mbeumo put Brentford in front in that one in the first half, 27 minutes. Pascal Gross, just minutes later, levelled it for Brighton to put them back on level terms, 1-1. Then, just minutes after that, before the half-time whistle, Yohan Wissa had to come on. He was replacing Brian Mbeumo, who opened the scoring for Brentford. He was taken off. Massive kind of concern for him, an injury issue for him. Seen him only play 40 minutes tonight, Brian Mbeumo. And then Jack Hinchelwood, the man to step up and gets the second goal for Brighton this evening. A header from a lovely cross. Jack Hinchelwood to head it home to give Brighton a 2-1 lead and turn the scoreline all around there. And that is where we stand at the moment. 78 minutes gone in that game at the Amex. And it is Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Bit of an issue there. Yohan Wissa was booked for his kind of outburst on Billy Gilmore there. Strange one. Just seeing live pictures at the moment from the Amex. Brighton breaking down the left-hand side through veteran James Milner. Gross gives it to Milner. Just keeping an eye on this one. There might be something out of this. Brighton might get the winning goal if they break forward. They've had 15 shots in the game, Brighton. They've dominated, but so far, not much splitting the two sides. That only one goal between the two. They played out a 3-3 draw at the Amex last season. And so far, we've only seen 3 goals. Bit disappointing. But so far, it is Brighton 2. Brighton 2, Brentford 1. There's a lot of B's tonight. Speaking of Bournemouth, they are leading, and they are away at Crystal Palace tonight. They've scored the very first goal of the night. We were in that kind of dry spell, 20 or so minutes from these games, from the early kickoffs. It took 25 minutes to get the first goal of the night. Marcus Senesi, the man that scored the first one, and Bournemouth have led since that moment. They have been ahead in that one for a full 60 minutes at Sellers Park. Crystal Palace have been putting a couple of chances forward. They've had a few threatening chances, had more of the possession, Palace, but yet not able to find the net to try and level that one and turn the result around. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth in that one. Much easier for Fulham, though, who lead Nottingham Forest by 4-0 with around about 6 minutes to go in that one. A pretty easy night for Fulham. In the end, Alex Iwobi opened the scoring on 30 minutes. Raul Jimenez got the second for Fulham before half-time in 34 minutes to put them 2-0 up at the break. Then, roles reversed. Raul Jimenez scored first in the second half for his second and Fulham's third before Alex Iwobi got the fourth of the night, his second, Fulham's fourth, and he has scored the latest goal, Alex Iwobi, for 4-0. Fulham lead in that one. Pretty comfortable against Nottingham Forest tonight, who have been pretty dismal for them. Just one shot on target tonight for them, 37% of the ball, and nothing doing for Forest at Craven Cottage tonight. Doesn't look like they will pick up anything in that one, and actually even worse, because Fulham have just scored a fifth. Even worse for Forest, 5-0 now for Fulham. Well, the last manager to lose 5-0 ended up getting the sack. That was Paul Heckingbottom for Sheffield United against Burnley at the weekends. Not losing 5-0 tonight, Sheffield United, though. They are only just the 1 goal down against Liverpool at Bramall Lane under new manager Chris Wilder. Not an old face, Chris Wilder, and he is keeping Sheffield United hanging in there against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk, the man who's got the only goal of the night in that one. Liverpool lead by a goal to 0 there. They're threatening for more, Liverpool, but yet still not found the back of the net in the second half yet, Liverpool, and they lead by a goal to 0 with moments to go, around about 6 minutes to go in that one. But remember, they were a goal down with 6 minutes to go and ended up coming back to win that one, so you never rule out a result in the Premier League at any point. 1-0 to Liverpool there. And the other 2 games, half times 0-0 and 1-1 at the break. Tom Kearney actually got that 5th goal for Fulham. It's a breakthrough. Forrest give it away in defence. Andres Pereira plays it to Kearney, feeds it into the box, and just lovely finish by Kearney. Left foot into the bottom right corner, past Vlachodimos. No chance for the keeper, and all the glory for Tom Kearney. The Fulham captain tonight has Fulham's 5th of the night. Brighton and Brentford, just going back there. Brighton had a corner there. Just checking that one out. Oh, a good save by Mark Flecken to parry it wide for another corner. We're going to look at the live table, see what everything as it stands, every result as it stands, every scoreline as it stands does excuse me, to the Premier League table. I told you I might be a bit hoarse for the rest of the night, but I didn't expect coughing. Who knows? Anything can happen. I think I'm going a bit delusional. Let's then tell you then, let's show you the Premier League table. This is the top half as it stands, the top 10, with results as they stand. Liverpool, who currently lead away at Sheffield United, will close the gap from 5 points to Arsenal just to 2 points. They will go up to 34 points, Liverpool, 2 points behind Arsenal on 36, who got that late winner against Luton last night to win 4-3. Declan Rice, the winning goal for Arsenal. They are top of the table. Liverpool in second on 34. City currently drawing with Villa. They're on 31-30 respectively in third and fourth. Spurs will play tomorrow night. They are on 27. Newcastle also play tomorrow night. They're on 26. Brighton currently winning, beating Brentford. They jump up to 25 points. And above United, who are currently drawing, they're also on 25 points, but Brighton a better goal difference than United. West Ham, who play tomorrow night, away at Spurs, they are on 21 points. And Chelsea currently drawing with United on 20 points in the top half of the Premier League table. The bottom half is more exciting, really. We'll bring you down there. I'll show you the bottom half of the table. Brentford in 11th, just outside, currently losing to Brighton. They're on 19 points. Fulham on 18. At the moment, they're massive winners, it seems. They will be against Forest. Fulham jumping up the table. Have their goal difference deficit. They were on -10 before kick-off. Fulham, they're on -5 at the moment. On 18 points, they will jump above Wolves in the table. Crystal Palace will drop a place. They're currently losing to Bournemouth, who sneak up behind Palace, or just behind them on goal difference, both on 16 points. Forest will drop to 16th on 13 points at the moment. They had a -6 goal difference coming into this one. They're on -11, having conceded 5 goals tonight on 13 points. Then Luton, who were narrowly beaten by Arsenal last night, gutted for them. They're on 9 points, and then Everton, Burnley and Sheffield United all in the bottom 3, all in single digits as well. Everton still to play this weekend. They can escape the bottom 3 if they beat Newcastle tomorrow night. We have another goal to tell you about just before we leave you, before the second half gets underway at Old Trafford, and it's come at Sellers Park. We talked about how long Bournemouth had led in that one. Have they doubled it, or have they been pegged back? They've doubled it. 2-0 to Bournemouth. Kiefer Moore with the goal to put Bournemouth 2 goals to the good. I mentioned when you lead that long, is it only a matter of time before the opposition equalises? No, not for Bournemouth. Kiefer Moore to find the back of the net. And the 91st minute of 5 added minutes to wrap up the points for Bournemouth. And the Crystal Palace fans leaving early because it seems like the result is not going their way tonight. Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 2. We'll keep you updated. We'll wrap up all of those early kickoffs when we come back ahead of the second half at Old Trafford, where it is Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 at the break. Back soon. Welcome back to Premier League Live here this evening on LFS. At the moment, Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1 at the break. Second half's about to get underway in a moment. Don't forget, more Premier League football to come for you this midweek. Our final midweek offering for you, Tottenham against West Ham, a London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's tomorrow night, 8:15 on LFS. Also, Everton against Newcastle is alongside that one tomorrow night. We'll have both updates. Live commentary of Spurs, West Ham, and updates from Everton, Newcastle from Goodison Park. That's tomorrow night. Right then, we're going to head back to Old Trafford. The second half is on the way next. Right then, welcome back to Old Trafford. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. Greatly appreciated everyone joining us tonight. We're on the road to 22,000. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could help us out with that. Massively appreciated. Back on the way for the second half at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Man City. City had an early chance in that one at Villa Park. And starting to try and change their fortunes, trying to create more chances. City in the second half. Who'd have thought they would talk about that? They are currently drawing 0-0 with Villa at the moment in that one. Around about 5 minutes gone in that second. Way at Old Trafford then for the second half here. Between Man United and Chelsea. Both sets of players just returning to the field of play. And we will get you some full-time scores coming into us very, very, very shortly, as those early kickoffs are all into added time, bar the game between Brighton and Brentford. Every other game is into added time at the moment. So we will keep you up to date with anything at all if there are any changes in those games to let you know about. Right, Manchester United are going to make a change at half-time. Good evening, fun. Welcome in. Thank you very much for joining us. Joshua Hotchkiss says 6-2. In what game? I would love to know that, if it's in this play. But couldn't find that second goal to really consolidate that lead. And then they ended up being punished by a Cole Palmer goal, equalizer, just on the verge of half-time. Well, just on the verge of the 45-minute mark. To deny Man United a half-time lead, 1-1. Back on the way then. Here, we'll keep it with, get your live commentary of this one. Here's Cole Palmer. Palmer finds Enzo Fernandez. Back to Cole Palmer. At full time from Sellers Park. Not the night Crystal Palace would have wanted under the lights at Selhurst with Roy Hodgson. Facing Andoni Araola's side, Bournemouth, who are in real great form in their first win in 6 games against Crystal Palace. Massive for them tonight, Bournemouth. And kept a clean sheet to top it all off. 2-0 winners at Sellers Park. There. Goals from Marcus Senesi and Kiefer Moore for Areola's side. Just to tell you, a half-time change for Manchester United that I mentioned there. Sergio Reguilon has come on. He has replaced Victor Lindelof, so could be an injury issue there for Lindelof. Reguilon on for Lindelof, which means United have 4 subs left to make. Right. Also, Chelsea made a change at half-time. Reece James coming on. Here, the club captain. He has replaced Mark Cucurella. So a change of pace at half-time for both sides. Goal in the game at Bramall Lane. And it looks like that is that tonight. And it might be Liverpool. Similar story to Bournemouth. They've led for such a long time. They had so many chances. Couldn't find that second. But in the end, they do find a second. Liverpool, they lead by 2-0 against Sheffield United. Not a good start for Chris Wilder. And Dominic Soboslai, the man to find the net for Liverpool, to put them 2-0 to the good in that one. Good night for Jurgen Klopp and his team. In the end, it seems. What challenge by Darwin Nunez. Just seeing the replay of that. They were checking for possible foul by Darwin Nunez on Jadon Bogle, but what a challenge it was from Nunez to win it back. Fantastic. 2-0 to Liverpool in that one. Minutes to go there. Right, Chelsea breaking forward. Here's Raheem Sterling. Cut to the cross. Cleared away by Shaw. Out for the throw-in. Well, this is interesting now because Manchester United have reverted back to the back 4 that we've seen against Newcastle at the weekend. At Newcastle at the weekend, where they had Luke Shaw at centre-back. Now, we will see what effect that has on their attack in the second half because Chelsea have an early corner in this one. Mikhailo Mudryk to take from the right-hand side. Full time, Fulham 5, Forest 0. Massive result for Fulham. We'll tell you about that later on in the show. Mudryk, corner, whipped in, right-footed, headed on. Flicked on and over the bar by Jackson. Massive chance for Nicholas Jackson. And he heads it over the bar. Should have done so much better there, Jackson, but balloons it over the bar for the goal kick. So, goal kick then for Manchester United. Shaw flicks it out from the defence. Chested down by Reece James. And Chelsea in possession with Robert Sanchez. Thiago Silva now. Foul on Chelsea player there, Mikhailo Mudryk, by Dalot. Will give Chelsea a free kick. At full time, yeah, they're just mentioning full time from Craven Cottage, and Steve Cooper's side well beaten by Fulham tonight. Steve Cooper looking a dismal figure. Certainly not a good result for them. And could he be on a tightrope? Could he be the next manager to go? The first and only manager to be sacked from the Premier League this season, Paul Heckingbottom, was sacked following a 5-0 defeat. Steve Cooper, tonight has suffered a 5-0 defeat his side, and could he be the next to go? Full time there, Fulham 5, Forest 0. Well over the 6 added minutes at Bramall Lane, Liverpool leading 2-0 there. Surely it's just a kind of a matter of moments before we get the full result confirmation there. There we are. Liverpool are 2-0 winners away at Sheffield United, full time. Still going Brighton Brentford. I will update you on that one. Corner for Manchester United. Garnacho won that one off Moises Caicedo. So a corner for United. Fun says, what were your thoughts on that literally last second goal from Declan Rice last night? Well, from the neutral point of view, unbelievable for Arsenal. 4-3 winners. Incredible game at Kenilworth Road, but heartbreak for Luton, really. But from an Arsenal point of view, incredible. Championship winning type of form. That's how you win at titles, when you win games like that. When it's up against you, you concede 3 goals and still end up winning the game. That's how you win. In the Premier League, when everything... Oh, well, when you're not in your best form. Here's Mudryk breaking forward for Chelsea from that United corner. Here is Mudryk, chops inside, takes the strike deflection. Will be a Chelsea corner at the other end. Back to that end-to-end game that we saw in the first half. Just seeing good shots of Alexis McAllister there for Liverpool, who went off with a slight injury knock in the first half, but he is up and fine, and he is dealing with that well, it seems. Full time from the Amex. Brighton were held on to by Chelsea at the weekend, and they lost at the weekend, but they have held on against Brentford tonight. 2-1 winners, turned it all around and held on to a 2-1 lead to get the 3 points there tonight. So those are our early games, all wrapped up for you then. 4 early games, all concluded, all ending wins as well tonight. Wins for Brighton, Liverpool, Bournemouth and Fulham tonight. Still 0-0 between Villa and City at Villa Park, and still 1-1 here between United and Chelsea at Old Trafford. So still a long way to go in these 2 games. A long way to keep an eye on these 2 games, and this is what we want. This is what we want. Exciting football. 2 games on a knife edge. Neither side, none of the 4 sides can dominate. None of the 4 sides have taken quite a easy lead in the games, and this is where we stand at the moment on this front at the moment. Then with these 2 games, late kickoffs, both draws as it stands. So we will update you from Villa Park if anything changes there for either side. So far, here's Reguilon for Manchester United. Amrabat holding off the challenge of Palmer, under threat there. Gives it to Dalot. Nice spread of the ball from United. Challenge there by Levi Colwill. So it will be a foul. And a free kick to Manchester United. There against Levi Colwill. Manchester United do take that free kick, find it to Dalot. Now Anthony on the right hand side, driving in field, finds it to McTominay, cuts it outside, cross from the right hand side from Dalot. Garnacho well wide from that. He's already scored an incredible goal this season, wanted 2. Didn't get that one though, quite easily. Well wide of the right post. His eyes lit up when he got that opportunity. Tried to go for a back, kind of an overhead kick, and ended up kind of kicking it straight out of play for a goal kick to Chelsea. He should realise he's already scored his cracker of the season. He's certainly not due one for probably a whole career. Not often a player scores more than one in his career, never mind more than one in the space of a couple of weeks. Here's Reguilon on the left hand side. Finds Garnacho, driving into the box. Garnacho right footed, much closer that time but still wide. Not too far away, Garnacho that time. Just wide of the post. And behind for the goal kick. Much better from United, but still in the balance. Everton manager Sean Dyche is in attendance tonight. Well, his team have got a tough game against Newcastle at the week tomorrow night, actually at Goodison. So Sean Dyche will have a trip back to Merseyside tonight, maybe even tomorrow, to get prepared for that game at Goodison for Everton. Long goal kick from Sanchez, won by in the midfield there by Enzo Fernandez. Battling was Reguilon and ended up running out off Raheem Sterling for a United throw in. Just watching this Villa City game, City unable to clear their lines from a corner. Villa keeping the pressure on, and eventually they do get it away, but City had it in their box for a good 15 seconds there from that corner. Couldn't clear it away. Here's Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea. Dizazi finds Palmer in a bit of space in the middle. Palmer threads one through, finds it to Reece James on the overlap. Reece James cutting through. Cross comes off short, but the flag is up nonetheless against Chelsea there. I think it was Reece James that was offside. We'll see this again. The ball from Palmer. Yeah, Reece James is quite easily offside there. Simple enough decision for the assistant to make. Luke says, I'm back. What has happened? Well, it depends when you went. Because it's been a crazy game. No way through, really. The second half's been it was open at the start of the second half, but the last couple of minutes, it's kind of taking a bit of a breather. Both sides are trying to eke each other out, trying to just get a bit of the ball. And when both sides do get the ball, they are creating a few chances, but so far neither side able to take their chances. Man United have had one or two chances in the second half. Garnacho coming closest for them in the second half so far, but still 1-1, still very even game. Oh, what a chance for John McGinn. John McGinn in the box trying to put Villa ahead, strikes it wide against Man City. Here are United with Dalot up against Mudryk. Dalot looking for the cross, blocked by Mudryk. Will be a Man United corner. So Shaw over to take this corner for United. On the right hand side. Shaw left footed, whips it in, front post, not cleared away. Chelsea will carry it away. Jackson trying to charge away with it, but Shaw intercepting. Feeds the ball for McTominay. McTominay with a cross straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez from the right hand side there. Good enough catch for him. Now a break for Chelsea. Sterling finds Palmer on the right. Lovely recovery there by Manchester United. Reguilon, getting back. Garnacho gives it back to Reguilon. Getting more competitive now this game. 26 minutes to go at Villa Park. Still goalless between Aston Villa and Manchester City in that one. Not often that these two don't score in games. Villa have an incredible home record. Incredible home winning record. They look to want to keep going tonight against City, but so far they're being stopped by the resolute and resilient City defence. Here's Garnacho for Manchester United. From the edge. 1-2 with Fernandes. Linking up with Reguilon, who crosses it, cleared away by Chelsea. United still have it. Reguilon. Down the line to Garnacho on the left-hand side. Garnacho using his pace. Crosses it, deep one. All the way through and out for a Chelsea throw on the far side. Well, so far the poll in the chat, 59% predicting a United win, 11% predicting a draw, and 30% predicting a Chelsea win. Still very much in the balance. Keep your votes coming in. Keep that poll open right the way through the second half. For as long as we possibly can keep it open, we will have it open. And do get your votes in then. Here's Anthony, takes a deflection, just wide, will be a corner. Oh, not too far away there. It's a ball from the left hand side. Bruno Fernandes, right footed, plays it into the middle for Anthony. Looks to go for the outside of his left boot with a strike. Does take a deflection and just narrowly wide of the left post, out for the corner. Fernandes over to take this corner then. Takes it short, out to Garnacho, back to Fernandes, right footed cross from Fernandes, back post, Maguire was closest, cleared away, Shaw battling, pulls of handball, referee says no. The Old Trafford crowd are adamant, the Manchester United fans, players and the manager are adamant they should have a penalty here. Referee waved it away. We play on, VAR I'm sure will check it and make sure of that. If there is to be a penalty, they will ensure that it is the correct decision. We will wait and see. Is Enzo Fernandez. His through ball to Sterling was blocked off by Shaw. Now Amrabat coming back the other way. Here's Fernandez. The penalty is cleared by VAR. Fernandez with the ball in. Cleared away. Here's Enzo Fernandez to carry it away for Chelsea. Down the right hand side. Palmer brings it down. Battling there, and that will be... Actually, they will stop it. Just see the replay of this. It does take a deflection off Rasmus Højlund's backside beforehand, and then it does slightly catch the arm of Thiago Silva, but it is not in an unnatural position in my opinion, and therefore I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think it's handball either. Well, obviously that would mean it's not a penalty. I'm also wondering where's Nkunku. Well, of course, Christopher Nkunku is injured. Of course, long-term injury for Chelsea. Well, I spoke earlier about that live win probability. It was 60% for United at one point in the first half. It's now 29% for United, 34% for Chelsea, and 36% for a draw. How the tables have turned, really. There you go. It just shows you how quickly things can change. Here's Garnacho down the left-hand side. Battling. Cuts it back to Fernandez. Bruno Fernandes looking for the cross. Does take a deflection. Will be a corner. I'll get you more information on that Chelsea injury then. That Christopher Nkunku injury. Nkunku. Not on the injury list here. That's a fair point, actually. We'll talk about that in a moment. Corner from United. Scott McTominay. Saved by Sanchez. Yeah, I'm confused by that one, Luke. Really, I thought it was... I thought it was. He would come back until the 26th of November, what it said on Google. Yeah, he's not here on the injury list for Chelsea, which has kind of baffled me because I was expecting it to be here, but there we go. Well, I have no idea where he is then. Don't think he's on the bench tonight. If he is, I've majorly missed that, and I apologise, but I don't think he is. No, he's not on the bench tonight. Still missing. Never mind. Here's Garnacho for Manchester United. Cross is far too high. Behind for a goal kick. Yeah, not on the bench. You're on the starting lineup for this game. I have no idea then. We need to do a bit more digging on that one. That's a strange one. It kind of missed my eye. I expected him to be on the injury list. Maybe he's just had a setback from his injury. I'm sure Mauricio Pochettino will talk about that probably in the next pre-match press conference, I'm sure. Before Chelsea's next game. They have to get through this one first. Cole Palmer, lovely ball. Finds Caicedo, tries to play it forward, blocked off by Maguire. Wins it back for United. McTominay now. Gives it to Anthony on the left. Or sorry, on the right hand side, apologies. Anthony, left-footed, looking for the cross, gives it straight back to Caicedo. Palmer under pressure. Gives it away to Fernandez, but it will be a free kick to Chelsea. For that slight kind of hit on Cole Palmer. Luke says, I think he had to stay in America because of the injury, so he might still be in America. I have no idea. Maybe he would. Maybe he is. I have no clue. I apologise. Look, I haven't got a clue where Christopher Nkunku is tonight. But there you go. He's evaded us all. Maybe he'll just pop up out of nowhere. Be a massive boost for Chelsea when they do get him back. Here's Nicholas Jackson. Heavy touch from Cole Palmer. United have it back. Dalot. Maguire. Nice shot. Out wide to Reguilon on the left. Garnacho, lovely from Garnacho. Beats past Reece James. Caicedo on the cover. Garnacho breaking down the left-hand side. Battling with Caicedo. Loses footing there, Garnacho. And Caicedo recovers for the goal kick. Really good from Moises Caicedo there defensively. Initially, fantastic from Alejandro Garnacho to get past. To get past Reece James there. Still 0-0 within the game between Aston Villa and Man City at Villa Park. 73 minutes gone in that. 72 minutes gone in that one. City have had still only 2 shots on target. They've not had a shot in the second half, City. Quite dreadful, really. Villa have had 4 shots. None of them on target for them in the second half, Villa. So really no real mad attacking action going on in the second half from either team. But at the moment, Villa looking the more likely to find the net from the chances they've created. But it's Manchester City. They always find a way, surely. You never know. They've drawn all of the last 3 games. It could be 4 games on the bounce that City have drawn. Very unlike Man City. Anthony finds McTominay in the box. McTominay's cross, deflected, corner. So corner for Manchester United. And I think the deadlock has finally been broken at Villa Park. Just seeing the replay, it's Villa that have taken the lead. And it's Leon Bailey. A deflection from a Leon Bailey strike has Aston Villa ahead at Villa Park. The champions, after dropping points in the last 3 games to Chelsea, to Liverpool and to Tottenham, could be on the verge of losing in the 4th straight, dropping points for the 4th straight game, and could be on the verge of defeat at Villa Park. They drew with Villa at Villa Park last season. Could be a defeat tonight. 1-0 to Aston Villa. Aston Villa tonight. Leon Bailey with a goal. Took a deflection, but nonetheless, goal's a goal. Especially against Man City, you'll take any goal you can get. Manchester City trail 1-0 there. With around about 16 minutes to go. Strike from distance there from United, from Anthony. Well out wide. Behind for a goal kick. What a crazy night this is turning out to be. Could be an amazing night for Aston Villa, who, if they beat City tonight, will go above them and will be 2 points ahead of Manchester City, who will drop to 4th. City, who by the end of tonight, if they lose, could be 6 points adrift of top of the table Arsenal, 4 points adrift of second place Liverpool, and 2 points adrift of third place Aston Villa. If Villa win, that is, tonight. They are currently winning, but still time to go for things to change. Garnacho for United. Back post, lots of bodies! And it's in the back of the net! Scott McTominay again! Where's he pulled that from? Scott McTominay, bodies galore at the back post for United. And one option, one result. Manchester United take the lead. Once again, United 2, Chelsea 1. Fantastic from Scott McTominay. He's on roaring form at the moment. What is he up to? What's he taking? Incredible. It's all comes from Reguilon breaking down the left. Finds it to Garnacho on the left flank. Right-footed cross from Garnacho all onside. And Scott McTominay pops up at the back post and just directs it past Robert Sanchez into the Chelsea net. And Manchester United lead by 2-1. Fantastic from United, who lead Chelsea once again. And it's Scott McTominay again with his second of the night to get Manchester United's second of the night. Or has he? There is a check by VAR for a possible foul on by Scott McTominay in the build-up. So we will see if this goal might be chalked off. Who knows? Crazy game. Chris Kavanagh is just waiting further instruction from his VAR. The VAR this evening. Will this goal be overturned and ruled out for a foul by Scott McTominay in the build-up? We haven't seen a replay of it, so I have no idea what's happening, but this is what I'm being told. The goal will stand. Just seeing this again. Just battling. Yeah, there's not a foul in that. I mean, I could have told you that from a replay. There's no foul there. There's a Chelsea player goes down at the back post, but it's never a foul. Scott McTominay's goal stands. No doubt about that one, really. If you'd have shown the replay a bit earlier, whatever this feed is, I might have been able to tell you that. You don't need VAR for that one. Manchester United lead then by 2-1. And it's now a chance for Mauricio Pochettino. He has to get his side back level again. Try and get them something out of this one. Villa in the City box again. Leon Bailey this time again. Just forced out. Falls to Douglas Luiz on the edge. Man United are in here for a third. What is that? McTominay on a hat-trick. Awful finish. Well wide of the post for a goal kick. Should have done so much better there, McTominay. Couldn't find the finish. What is that? That's a howler from Scott McTominay. He can finish. We've seen that tonight. City are absolutely all over the place here tonight. I'm just watching this. Unreal from Villa. Keeping the ball in the City box, not allowing them out. All over the place. The ball takes a deflection off John Stones. Douglas Luiz is in for the second goal. Massive save from Edison, denies him. And Villa have a corner. But goodness me, City are all over the place. What are they up to? Here's Axel Disasi for Chelsea. They need to get their side back on level terms. It was Cole Palmer that levelled it for Chelsea in the first half. Will they have a saviour in the second half to get them back level for a second time? They still have time to do so. 17 minutes plus additional time to go. Is Enzo Fernandez breaking forward for Chelsea. Finds Cole Palmer. Palmer. Out wide on the right is Sterling, who's been a bit quiet tonight, Raheem Sterling. Other than that early dive. It will be a corner to Chelsea. Comes off Reguilon from Sterling there. So corner for Chelsea on the right hand side. Cole Palmer over to take it. Takes it short. Finds Mudryk. Across to Reece James, who lifts it into the box. Headed away by Maguire. Brought down by Caicedo. Heavy touch there. Thiago Silva finds it to Sterling. Now Caicedo again. Finds Reece James. Looks to go for the strike. Blocked off a second time. Flicks it in behind. No one on the run. Simple enough catch for Andre Onana. A counter-attack trying to be... Oh, Onana from Reece James. Here's Garnacho. Big save. Big block. Denying Garnacho for Man United's third. Goodness me. Here's Reguilon trying to keep it alive here, United. They're ready to finish this off. They'll get a corner from that Reguilon chance. Good Jesus. It's all happening. It's all happening. I'm loving this. I could do this every night. Genuinely. This is glorious. What a night of Premier League football we've had for you. Oh, I really hope you've all enjoyed it. Do hit that like button if you have. Great to have you all with us this evening. Bruno Fernandes to take this corner for United. Right-footed. Takes it short. Finds Garnacho on the edge. Back to Fernandes. Whips one in. Back post. Simple enough catch for Robert Sanchez there, who can grasp. Try and get Chelsea forward. Mudryk, heavy touch. Awful. Amrabat gives it out wide to Anthony. Neither side have made changes in the second half. They made changes at half time, one apiece. But in play in the second half, both sides have kept the 11 they started the half with so far. Still 15 minutes plus additional time to go here at Old Trafford. Man United 2, Chelsea 1. Still, anything can still happen here. Well, Manchester United are unbeaten against Chelsea in all of their last 6 meetings. Neither side have kept a clean sheet now in all of the last 5 meetings. Man United emerged 4-1 victors here back in May. Goals from Anthony Martial, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, with a late consolation goal from João Felix for Chelsea. But a lot more competitive tonight. Here's Reece James with a cross. Right into the box, just ahead of Nicholas Jackson there. And bouncing all the way out on the far side for a United throw-in. Although, prior to that 4-1 win for United, the previous 5 Premier League meetings between United and Chelsea have all ended in draws. 3 1-1 draws and 2 0-0 draws, dating all the way back to October 2020. The last time Chelsea won at Old Trafford in the Premier League, we're going well back here, we're going back to May 2013, when Sir Alex Ferguson was still in charge of Chelsea. That was their last league win here at Old Trafford, and that was a 1-0 win on that occasion. Juan Mata, who then went on to play for United, scored the winner for Chelsea that day. But it's a deficit that Chelsea have to overcome here tonight. A similar kind of feeling for Chelsea fans coming to Old Trafford. A losing feeling, it seems, at the moment, but still not out of it completely. Still only 2-1, very narrow game. Still a lot to go. Still 1-0 to Villa at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Manchester City. City have been dominated from minute 1 in terms of the chances that have been created. It's been all Aston Villa. City have been held to just 2 shots on target the whole game. Villa have been sensational defensively, but still being sensational defensively against City doesn't confirm your results. Erling Haaland has had little to nothing to say about it tonight, but yet there's still time for things to change. Still 7 minutes to go in that one, and still 12 minutes to go in this one between United and Chelsea. So still a lot can happen in these 2 games. Here's Enzo Fernandez, finds Moises Caicedo. Chelsea bursting forward here. Nice movement from Reece James, but his ball. Try and find Armando Broja, who's just come on here for Chelsea. Well dealt with by United. Luke Shaw at the back. Battling with Cole Palmer, and we'll get the goal kick there, Luke Shaw. Off Cole Palmer. Just confirm that Chelsea change in for Armando Broja coming on, replacing Mykhailo Mudryk. So Broja on, Mudryk off, just in the last moment or 2. So Onana to take this goal kick, finds it to Shaw, back to Onana. Onana goes long, headed away by Thiago Silva. Sterling felt he was fouled, but Maguire just carries it away. Looking for the switch ball, Harry Maguire. Oh, Reece James, poor header again. Garnacho wins it. Fernandez and Garnacho getting tangled there. Fernandez keeps it alive, gives it to Reguilon. Reguilon with a cross. Headed away by Dizazi. Brought down by Bruno Fernandes. Looking to I1 up. Gives it out wide to Reguilon. Reguilon looking for the cross. Finds Garnacho just inches away. Oh, how so close for Alejandro Garnacho to find United's third and to wrap this game up. So close, but no cigar for Alejandro Garnacho. I love saying that name. Incredible. Ever so agonisingly close for Manchester United to wrap this one up, but yet nothing doing. Villa on the attack again in that one. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a few records have been broken by Villa tonight. Holding Man City to their least shots in a game for God knows how long. Having the most shots against City for God knows how long for an opposition team. And beating Manchester City. Oh, Douglas Luiz, what an opportunity. Hits the post. Villa were inches away from a second there. My goodness. All over City are Villa tonight. Dalot battling on that right hand side, loses out to Enzo Fernandez. He carries it away, nice quick footwork, and will win the throw in off Sofian Amrabat. Does Enzo Fernandez. What an opportunity for Douglas Luiz. It comes, his shot, Curlin's shot, comes bombing back off the right hand post of Edison's goal. Ever so close that for a Villa second. Someone in the chat there, Botcham Mining Suppliers Limited. Not sure if that's a shout out or not. Manchester United 3-1 at Chelsea. You're predicting. this evening. Keep those predictions coming in on the chat and the poll in the chat. 61% predicting a Man United win now, of course, saying they will hold on. 14% say a draw, and 25% predicting a Chelsea win. That poll is now closed. So those are the final predictions from the chat. You can check that poll in the chat now, the final results from that one. So a lot of you predicting that Man United will hold on to this 2-1 lead and win this game. They couldn't hold on to the ball there. Palmer wins it back. Lovely flick on by Jackson. Finds Raheem Sterling breaking through. Sterling taken down there by Dalot. And that will be a free kick and a yellow card for the Manchester United defender. So Dalot becomes the third United player of the night to be booked. Diogo Dalot. That's the third card of the night and the third for Manchester United tonight. Chelsea have avoided bookings from Chris Kavanagh. Dalot, Garnacho and Shaw all booked for Manchester United, who are going to make a change here. Marcus Rashford is readying to come on. We will see what he can do when he enters the fray. But Chelsea have a free kick in the meantime. 8 minutes to go plus additional time. United 2, Chelsea 1 here at Old Trafford. There's 4 bodies around it. Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James and someone else there I just couldn't see from that angle. I think it's Thiago Silva. It is Thiago Silva. So 4 players. Palmer's just stepped away from it. Silva I think will step away from it too. So Reece James and Enzo Fernandez, who will take this free kick for Chelsea. Reece James loves a free kick. Enzo Fernandez has got the quality to take them. Whistle's gone. Fernandez and Reece James over it. Reece James flicks it. Fernandez takes a strike. Hits the very first man, literally about 3 yards away from that Chelsea free kick. And now Man United will conjure up a counter-attack. Garnacho on the break. Blocked off by Nicholas Jackson. And he will win a throw-in there, Nicholas Jackson. But Man United will make that change before that throw-in then. Rasmus Højlund is going to make way, so no goal for him tonight. Still without a goal in the Premier League, Rasmus Højlund. And he's going to be replaced by Marcus Rashford. Rashford has been criticised about his poor recent run of form. Struggling in front of goal himself. And he's going to come onto the pitch to try and see out a victory here for Manchester United. Disasi for Chelsea. Sanchez. Back to Axel Disasi. Finds it to Reece James, who just gets the ball away. Palmer hits it off Amrabat there and will win a throw-in. Villa into the 90th minute at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0. The champions could be on the verge of their 3rd defeat this season. In 15 games, they conceded their 17th goal of the season tonight and could drop to 4th this evening. And could find themselves, well, very unlikely to find themselves outside the top 4 this week. If Tottenham win tomorrow night, they'd have to win by a massive scoreline, Tottenham, to drop Man City out of the bottom top 4. But we will see. Villa looking to drop Man City out of the top 3 anyway. Tonight, Villa will take their place with a win tonight, as it stands, into added time of 5 added minutes at Villa Park. Reece James with a cross, finds Cole Palmer, still around 5 minutes of normal time to go here at Old Trafford. James with a cross, flicked on Enzo Fernandez, he was onside too, flicked it right across goal. Kept alive by Sterling on the left, back to Colwell who will strike, and inches away from Fernandez again. Might have took a deflection maybe. What a goal, what a chance. 2 chances from Enzo Fernandez to get Chelsea level. Inches away on both occasions. Goodness me. What an opportunity for Chelsea to level it. Both opportunities missed. And it remains 2-1 to United. Long ball from Sanchez, from Onana, straight out of play. Will be a Chelsea throw-in. Don't forget, we have more Premier League football for you tomorrow. 2 games to wrap up this midweek action. Everton, Newcastle, followed by our feature game, Tottenham against West Ham. is tomorrow, 8:15 on LFS. We'll have live audio commentary, watch along commentary of that one, and live match mapping with me, Kevin Ferris. Kevin Ferris tomorrow night, Tottenham against West Ham. Right. Chelsea, a bit more positive in the last few moments, but still not able to find that equalising goal. Garnacho does well there to win. And Manchester United the throw in on the left hand side, just around the halfway line. Villa still threatening the City defence at the moment, but so far City haven't given up any more goals, but they've been dominated really that game with the chances. 22 shots for Villa and 7 on target to City's 2. 2 shots for City tonight. Unreal how low that is. Unreal. I guarantee you that we'll see so many records coming out after this game. Here's Dallo on the right for United. The cross is straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez. 3 minutes plus additional time to go here at Old Trafford, with that narrow 2-1 lead for United. And Villa lead by a narrow 1-0 against Manchester City at Villa Park into the last 2 minutes of the added 5 at Villa Park. And I want to actually tell you the last time Villa did beat City at Villa Park. I'll tell you about that when I get the chance. United have just given it out for a goal kick there. The last time that Aston Villa beat Manchester City at Villa Park, it's bringing you well back. It's bringing you way back. Still scrolling. Was back in September 2013 in a 3-2 victory. The winning goal from Andreas Weimann in the end. Villa were 2-1 down, and back-to-back goals from Leandro Bacuna and Andreas Weimann scored the winners, got the Villa back in front for 3-2 there. Massive for Villa then. 10 years since they've beaten City at home. They are on the verge of that tonight. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The last time they beat City 1-0 at home was in January 2011 in that one. There. So there you go. Both in the Premier League. Now, and that will mean that City's 9-game unbeaten run in all competitions will come to an end. Reece James over the bar from Chelsea there. It's a poor one from Reece James in the end. It's a poor clearance by Luke Shaw, straight onto the foot of Reece James, who just strikes right through the ball, but well over the bar from the Chelsea club captain. Never going to threaten Andre Onana from that position. So they've surpassed the 5 added minutes at Villa Park. Edison taking a free kick for City, long from his own half. First header won by Haaland. Villa on the defence, clears their ball, clears their lines. And the final whistle goes from Villa Park. Massive result for Aston Villa. Dreadful for Manchester City, who have failed to score for the first time this season in the Premier League and dropped to the 3rd defeat of the season in the league. Aston Villa 1-0 winners against City. The second time City have been beaten by a 1-goal scoreline this season. Oh, big chance for Chelsea, Broja. Big save on the verge of 90. Chelsea are pushing for the equaliser here. There's second ball on the pitch there. Well, nothing can really happen if there's a second ball on the pitch. The referee has to deal with this. There's a second ball on the pitch. The game can't continue. The ref should notice this, because Chelsea are on the break. Here comes Cole Palmer. Anything here will not count. The ball's out of play now for a throw-in. Or a corner, sorry. Is the ball still on the second ball still on the pitch? Well, Linesman just directing the Chelsea players to the corner, closer to the corner flag for the throw-in. Strange, that. Reece James takes the throw-in, finds it to Broja on the right-hand side. Blocked off that time by Reguilon, but wins it back. Oh, lovely turn and spin from Bruno Fernandes to win it back for United. And then the follow-up is fouled there by Cole Palmer. 4 additional minutes then. We've played one of those, and we will have 4 additional, so 3 more minutes to go for United to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And a blast from the past. Johnny Evans is going to enter the fray here to help United in holding on to that 2-1 lead and look to get them this victory tonight. Alejandro Garnacho, who had a close opportunity in the second half but couldn't find the finish on a couple of occasions tonight. Garnacho, he is going to make way for Johnny Evans tonight. There you go. United will have this free kick then, and just trying to see this one out. Long ball from Onana from the free kick. Rashford the closest to it, but won the header was Disasi. James back to Disasi. Heavy touch from the Chelsea centre-back. Didn't keep it in there. United will get a throw-in. Poor heavy touch from Disasi, that, to be fair. Not great, that. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you everyone for joining us here in LFS tonight. It's been an incredible night of Premier League Live. We're going to leave you once the final whistle is blown. Wrap up the scorelines, tell you a quick look at the Premier League table, and then we will leave you before it gets a bit too late tonight. I will let you have a good rest and back up for Premier League football tomorrow. Tottenham against West Ham at 8:15 tomorrow night. That's poor from Chelsea. Put it straight out of play. Thiago Silva there for another United throw-in. So a throw-in for United into the last minute of the 4 added on here at Old Trafford. Man United trying to hold the ball up on the left-hand side near the corner flag. Amrabat has it. Will roll out a play for a Chelsea throw-in. Couldn't keep it in play, United there. And Chelsea will have the throw-in. And the referee's going to book another player. Will be Sergio Reguilon for holding on to the ball, delaying the restart of the game. So a yellow card for him. 4th United player to be booked tonight. Was Sergio Reguilon. Reece James has it on the right hand side for Chelsea. Maybe one last chance for Chelsea to try and level it. We saw a late goal for Arsenal to win the game at Luton last night. Can we get a late goal for Chelsea to level it against United tonight? Palmer. This is last chance saloon for Chelsea. Caicedo. They're not getting the ball forward. Time is running out. Reece James. Jackson trying to link it up with James. James at the byline gets a corner. And he will have the chance to take it. The referee will let them take this corner, Chelsea. So this is the last opportunity. A corner on the right-hand side. Reece James to take. Good delivery, and they have a good chance of winning, getting the result here, Chelsea. Getting a draw. Reece James to take this corner. Last opportunity. Right-footed delivery in. All the way through and out. And that's the final whistle. They couldn't take their final opportunity, Chelsea. And on many occasions, United couldn't take their chances tonight. But when they needed to, Scott McTominay was the man who stepped up and scored both goals for United tonight. Cole Palmer got them Chelsea back level before half-time. But once again in the second half, Scott McTominay popped up and won it for Manchester United. Man United unbeaten against Chelsea at home. That unbeaten run against Chelsea at home in the league goes on. They are back to winning ways. Chelsea, having won at the weekend, they lose tonight. And they drop to 10th. Man United jump up to 6th above Newcastle, who play tomorrow night. A massive result for them. And United, their 9th win of the season in 15 games. And they are getting closer to that top 4 race. cutting the gap from 5 points to 3 points. Final score from Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. Well, there you go. That is the Premier League football wrapped up tonight. 6 incredible games of football tonight in the Premier League. What a cracking night of Premier League action. Goals around the grounds. 6 different games left us with an incredible storyline from a night of beautiful Premier League action. Let's have a look at those scores then. Last night we saw 2 games. Wolves beating Burnley by a goal to nil. And Arsenal's 97th minute winner from Declan Rice, getting them 3 points in a 4-3 win against Luton at Kenilworth Road. Tonight, Brighton came back from 1-0 down against Brentford to lead 2-1 and win 2-1 in that one. Goals either side of the half from Brighton had them 2-1 ahead. Bournemouth were the first scorers of the night in all of our games. Marcus Senesi opened the scoring before Kiefer Moore wrapped it up for Bournemouth to get them a 2-0 win away at Crystal Palace. A massive victory for Fulham against Nottingham Forest. 5-0 winners tonight, Fulham against Nottingham Forest. Fulham, who were beaten by a late winner from Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday. They were much easier victors tonight. Fulham against Nottingham Forest. The last manager to be beaten 5-0 was Paul Heckingbottom, the only manager to be sacked this season. Steve Cooper is on the brink. We will see if anything comes of that tonight. Nottingham Forest 5-0 beaten, 5-0 quite comfortably beaten at Craven Cottage. Not as easy for Liverpool tonight though, but they did get the result over the line. Goals from Virgil van Dijk had them leading for quite a long time before Dominic Szoboszlai wrapped it all up in the 94th minute to give Liverpool a 2-0 win away at Sheffield United, who Chris Wilder is the new man in charge, but couldn't get his side to a kind of spirited result tonight. They couldn't get on the score sheet against Liverpool tonight. Speaking of not on the score sheet, Manchester City couldn't score against Aston Villa. Villa 1-0 victors. Leon Bailey's deflected strike into the top right corner of the City net got Villa their victory and puts them above City in the Premier League table. Massive win for Villa, their 10th win of the season, City's 3rd defeat of the season. And at Old Trafford, Manchester United win 2-1 against Chelsea. Scott McTominay goals either side of a Cole Palmer goal has Manchester United 2-1 winners. Let's have a look at the table then, just before we leave you tonight. This is how the table stands then after this night of Premier League action. Arsenal still clear league leaders by 2 points of Liverpool, both winning this midweek. Arsenal and Liverpool, all of the top 3 winning. Arsenal, Liverpool and Aston Villa all winning, getting into double figures in wins this midweek on 36, 34 and 32 points respectively, the top 3. City dropped to 4th after being beaten by Villa tonight. They're on 30 points, their 3rd defeat of the season. City, Spurs, who play tomorrow night, they will join City on could join City on 30 points if they win tomorrow night, but won't go above City because City's superior goal difference. They're on 27. Man United join Spurs on 27, but they are behind them on with Spurs' superior goal difference. They're on 27 points. United, after that victory tonight, they go above Newcastle, who beat them at the weekend. Newcastle play tomorrow night. They head to Everton. They're on 26. Brighton, who won tonight, they're up to 25 points, up to 8th. West Ham play tomorrow night. They're on 21. And Chelsea beaten tonight. They are on 19 in 10th. Bottom half of the table, the bottom 3 stay as they are. Burnley and Sheffield United beaten without scoring this midweek. Everton still to come tomorrow night. They can jump out of the relegation zone if they win against Newcastle tomorrow night. Luton beaten by Arsenal in the last at the death yesterday. They are just outside the relegation zone as it stands. Forest looking closer to being dragged into that one after their 5-0 defeat tonight. And the mid-table is made up of Brentford, Fulham, Wolves, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, all between 16 and 19 points there. Right, that is Premier League Live tonight. Don't forget, we have more Premier League football to come for you tomorrow night as Tottenham host West Ham in a London derby. That kicks off at 8:15 tomorrow night. Do join us for that one. But I would like to thank every single one of you for joining us tonight. Greatly appreciated. It's been a great night of Premier League football here tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow for Tottenham against West Ham. Good night.